Uh. All right. All right, this is gonna be good because he just jumped in. Oh yeah.
We're freaking back, guys. We're freaking back. We got a lot of things to do today, guys. Yesterday was great. We got ourselves the Desert Medium Diary, which was freaking amazing. We did like Spirits of the Elite and also, what is it called? Oh, frick, I can't remember the other quest. But it's where we went down.
Yeah.
It was the Matcher Hat quest chain where we went down and we did like a statue that broke. And then we had to go and solve a bunch of puzzles, and then we figured out that there was apparently some gods fighting each other. Pretty sick. Some gods, some disciples. In Nacro's Lament, exactly. So yeah, we got Medium Diary done in the desert, and we also got the Medium Fremenic done, which is freaking awesome. Pretty stoked about that. Today, Chan, I want to work on some Kurend. Yeah. So, Kurend and Kebabs. Medium Diary. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests in this diary thing that that we gotta work on. So I figured today, chat, we're gonna do some Kurend gaming. We're gonna go to Kurend, we're gonna get some things done, and we're gonna just work on some diaries. Not diaries, technically, we're gonna work on some quests. And by proxy, also some diaries. They're all pretty short. I have a feeling like they're short quests. I looked it up here. And I looked at this as like this. It's this very short. They're all short, but we'll see. Honestly, what I have learned is that if this says short, it doesn't really mean a lot. What means a lot is that. This little funny number right there. If that number is very low, it's gonna take a while. If it's high, it's usually pretty good to go. Like it's not gonna be that horrible, right? Also,
Since platypus both lays eggs and produces milk, is one of the few creatures that can make its own custard. Why the fuck would I care about that?
Look at this! Oh my god, it's so cooked. We finished putting together my little orc army. This looks so weird.
Why would I care about that?
Yeah, my orc army has been assembled. We have them set up. All I need to do now is I need to.
Why would I care about that type of information? What are you doing to me?
So I can get these all primed and good to go. So I get them all black, so we can start painting them. Yeah, I've been on a little bit of a Warhammer journey lately, guys. Since Mordial got me some Warhammer for my 30th birthday. So it's just an innocent little hobby, guys. It's just for fun, you know. But yeah, Warhammer is something that I've been doing a little bit of, obviously. I will keep you guys posted on it. I am actually filming a little bit of my journey with my Warhammer, putting it together and stuff. I might make a little vlog out of it for YouTube. I'm not sure, but just letting you guys know. the orcs are gonna get primed today, and we're gonna get this army so crisp, dude. It's gonna be fantastic. I think we're gonna just work on these current quests for the diary and stuff like that. The Queen of Thieves.
That brain rot. That brain rot. That's what you're good with. You're good with that brain rot shit.
Client of current requirement, and then also level 20 thieving. Intermediate quest, very short from 2017.
Oh.
I can start this quest by talking to Thomas Lowry outside the bank in Port Piscalarius.
We're gonna get 76
Hello.
fucking rune crafting
What can I do for you? I'm looking for a quest.
tonight.
Well, there's something I could use help with. I'm here on behalf of the current council to investigate some unusual happenings in Port Piscalarius. What are you investigating? Port Piscalarius is a home to various gangs. They're a nuisance, but up until now, we haven't had much trouble.
Fucking brain rot bullshit. Fucking brain rot bullshit. Incoming fucking brain rot bullshit.
Come and go all the time, but this one is different. How so?
We don't need that shit here.
The saviors of Corinth have been absorbing many of the other gangs. Within a few weeks, they've already become the largest gang in Corinth, and more join them each day. The talk amongst the people is that it's all down to their leader, a mysterious figure known only as the Queen of Thieves. Nice name. Why doesn't the ruler of Port Piscalarius do something?
Oh, yes.
Piscalarius is the ruler of Port Piscalarius, but she spends most of her time gallivanting around in that boat of hers rather than looking after her home. Fair enough. So what do you want me to do? Well, my original plan was to infiltrate the gang and to get close to the Queen and capture her. However, I've been unable to make any progress. Apparently,
What'd you do today, big dog? How was your day?
I'm not sure what that's all about. You clearly fit it right in here. Quite right. They're quite insistent though. So someone else will have to give it a go. You look like you might be the type they're after. What are you trying to say? You look poor. Oh. Anyway, if you're looking up for the task, you'll need to infiltrate the saviors of Corinth, find the Queen of Thieves, apprehend her, and then bring her to me. So, do you think you can do it? Start the Queen of Thieves.
Let's get those nature talismans.
The saviors of Corinth must have their headquarters somewhere nearby. You should ask around town and see if anyone knows where they are. Good luck. Poor-looking woman. Let's talk to the poor woman. Hey there, I'm looking into the saviors of Corinth. Do you know where I can find them?
Keep your voice down. You have no idea who might be listening.
Oh, sorry. Do you know where I can find them, though?
No, I don't. I'll keep my distance for that lot. However, word on the street is that Robert O'Reilly has been working with them. Perhaps he can help you. He lives in the middle of town.
Okay, word O'Reilly. Robert O'Reilly. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Hello, I'm looking for the saviors of Corinth, and I was hoping that you could help me. Oh, yeah, I can help you, but not for free. What's your price? It's been 2 months since I've eaten some proper food. All we get here around here is fish. Bring me a nice stew. I'll help you out. When am I gonna get some stew? Buy some, cook some, doesn't matter to me. Okay, he wants some stew. I might have some stew in my bank, I'm not sure. Am I stew yet? I do indeed. Well, hand it over then. Okay. You give Robert O'Reilly some stew. Oh, thanks. The saviors of Corinth make their home in the place called the Warrens. You'll find it in the sewers beneath us. Thank you for your help. I'll be on my way. Alright, the sewers beneath us. Alright, let's go into the manhole. Oh! What happens below? Hey, I didn't give you permission to go in there. Hello, I'm looking for the saviors of Corinth.
Damn, that's 10k. That's 10k.
What business do you have with the saviors? I was hoping to join the gang. Join the gang? Think this is a game, bitch? We don't let anyone join our gang. If you want in, you'll need to prove your worth. And how can I do that? Since our formation, many of the other gangs in Corinth have joined our cause. However, some still choose to resist. Our largest rivals are the Vipers and our leader, the Queen of Thieves. Let me finish. Our leader has had enough of the Vipers and wants to make it an example of them. We need to send the message to the Vipers to let them know that their days are gone. We'll like you to kill Conrad King, one of their senior members. The man has been a thorn in our side for too long. Besides, his murderous ways make us look like a paragons of virtue in comparison. Do you want me to kill someone? Yes. Yes, and kill them? Kill them? Yes. So, like, kill them dead? Yes. This is gonna be a problem? No, not for me. Good. You'll find Conrad King south of the Piscaleria's food hall. News travel fast around here, so we'll know when the deed is done. I'll be back soon. Okay, so now I'm getting into a gang and murdering people to get into that gang. But I guess it's fine to do, because the people we're murdering...
What you think, Black Count? What'd you do today, brother?
So they're not really people, right?
What art did you draw today?
It literally just says murder. Bro. Fuck it. Let's do it. How would you like to kill him? Brutally. You brutally murder Conrad King, you monster.
Ah!
Okay. Word of the street is that Conrad King has been his maker. The queen is impressed. You should head in and speak to her. Queen of Thieves. So you're the one who killed Conrad King? Not bad, but you don't look like much to me. You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't. I've seen hundreds of fools like you, and you're all the same. I doubt you'll be sticking around here very long.
And neither will you. On behalf of the current council, I'm bringing you in.
Wow. You truly are a complete and utter idiot. Allow me to enlighten you. While you may have been told that the saviors of Corrend are evil, the truth is quite the opposite. Before we came along, Corrend was filled with violent gangs who cared little for their victims.
Let me guess. You're different. What's the news?
Shut up and let me speak! Yes, the saviors of Corrend are thieves. The saviors of Corrend are murderers. However, we do not randomly pick our targets.
Glad you're still enjoying the game and G's on the pet smile.
I am! Thank you so much, Claptra. Thank you so much for the 2 months.
We do not randomly pick our targets. Everything we do has a purpose.
Mostly chilled down and did some deliveries. How'd your deliveries go?
To save Corrend, to save it from corruption that has tainted this once great kingdom. We do that by taking those who would lord themselves over the people. We remove
How many
them
deliveries did you do?
and give it back to those who keep this kingdom alive.
So, yet yourself, you call yourself a queen. Bit ironic, don't you think?
The irony isn't lost on me. In truth, I didn't want to lead it by all, but it fell to me because I'm the best. Being born at Piscalerius means that you have to be.
Hang on, so you're part of the Piscalerius family?
I am the Piscalerius family. Of course, Lady Shauna Piscalerius wouldn't take charge of the gang, so I took on a different name. One that the rich and degenerate are already starting to fear.
Okay, so you got my attention, but how do I know you're telling the truth?
You're clearly fairly new to Corrend, so you might not be fully aware of our current leadership situation.
Like 3?
After
Nice.
the king died, rulership would have passed on to his daughter. However, she was declared mad. I was the king's closest advisor that made his declaration. They took over and became the Corrend Council. They've ruled the kingdom ever since. Now the councillors are supposedly voted for by the people. However, the seats have been held by the same 4 people since the start. Pretty sus, don't you think?
That does sound odd.
Exactly. The council is clearly corrupt, and we intend to bring that to light. Councillor Hughes is our first target. We have reason to believe that he may be in league with the disciples of Yama.
Disciples of Yama?
A cult for the Samarokians who supposedly serve a demon called Yama. They've been a problem for a while, but they haven't been deemed dangerous enough to be properly dealt with. Councillor Hughes' influence, no doubt. Anyway, to go to her home and find proof of her corruption. If you find it, you'll know I'm telling the truth. If you don't, well, don't pretend you care about breaking and entering anyway.
Fine, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but if you're wrong, I'm coming straight back here to apprehend you.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Councillor Hughes' home is like the northern side of Kingstown. Even a fool like you should be able to find it. Don't worry, she's never in. Once you have the evidence, give it to that Laurie fellow. Provided he's not useless as you, he'll make sure that she's dealt with. Now get lost.
I'll do. Okay, so she's like a freaking Lady Shauna Piscalerius. She's like actually like a royal family, but she went down, I guess. Skinny. Okay, so Kingstown we gotta go see and find some evidence, right? So these guys are like, they're like Batman, kinda. Oh, this seems like a fancy house. Picklock the chest. Yep. You steal an important looking letter. Child of Yama, I have left the items you requested at the usual drop-off, courtesy of the Corrend Treasury.
It goes without saying, but I trust you will make our masters aware who is funding his return. Regards, Sophia Hughes. Ooh! I mean, to be fair, it is kind of sus that there's a literal dungeon with a bunch of like fucking demons and shit right below Koren, right? Okay.
That is kind of sussy.
Hello. Greetings. What can I do for you? My quest. Our ghost things. I haven't any luck finding the Queen of Thieves. However, I come across this letter which you might find interesting. Thomas takes the letter. Bro. Blimey! Forget the Queen of Thieves. If this letter is to be believed, Councillor Hughes is working with those vile disciples of Yama. I must report this to the council immediately. Great. Do I have a reward? You've done a great service to the people of Corinth. I'm sure you know there's no greater reward than the satisfaction of a job. What, sorry, I get paid nothing? Oh. Now be on your way. I have a lot of work to do. Okay, I guess we'll go back to Lady Piscalarius. Maybe she's gonna give me a reward. I hear Consular Hughes has been arrested. Perhaps you're not totally useless after all. You know, you're really not a nice person. Oh, give me a break. You think I care about what you think? Anyway, I guess this is the part where you expect a reward. Well, I wouldn't complain. Fine. As much as I hate to admit it, you've done all right. The arrest of Councillor Hughes have only mean one good things for the Koren and her people.
Core blimey.
This is only the beginning, though. There's much work to still be done. I may well call on your help again. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Now take these and go.
Quest completed.
Hey! And memoir page quest points. Okay, Queen of Thieves. Why is still here? Oh. Those looks like the pages of Karis memoirs. Maybe I should try adding it to the book. Oh, that freaking book I got when I came to Corinth. Okay, well that's the first Corinth quest. The Depths of Despair. I can start this quest by talking to Lord Candor Hosidius in his home in Hosidius. Oh shit, so now I gotta go all the way over here. Hello! Hello there. Who are you? I am Lord Candor Hosidius, ruler of the city. Who are you? I'm Gooseman. Pleased to meet you, Gooseman. It's a shame we could not meet in better circumstances. Anything I can help you with? Our family is in dire need of assistance. My eldest son, Arthur, has gone missing, and we could desperately use someone help finding him. Would you be willing to assist us? You'll be rewarded if you bring him home safe. Start the Depths of Despair quest. I can help. What do you need me to help with? Thank you, friend. I suggest you begin your search by talking to my family and servants. One of them might know where Arthur has gone. Chef Olivia. Hello, I'm helping Lord Hosidius finding his son. I was wondering if you had any idea where he might have gone.
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
Are you sure?
Well, oh, this is awful. Please don't tell Hosidius. He'll fire me if he finds out.
Don't worry. You have nothing to fear from me. I just want to help Arthur. Do you know where he is?
Arthur and I, we're...
You're in love, aren't you?
Yes.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
Thank you. Before he went missing, Arthur told me he was going to find his original copy of the Royal Accord of Twill. That's where he will have gone. He's been spending a lot of time in the Archaeus library recently, searching the Accord. He mentioned the librarian called Galana. Maybe she can help you. Please bring back Arthur.
What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, so we gotta go to the library. I know where that is. Do you need something? I'm looking for information on the Royal Accord of Twill. The Royal Accord of Twill was signed by the heads of Corinth's 5 houses, known then as the Royal Lords. This was over 1,000 years ago. The Accord declared that they would take over rulership of Great Corinth from the Council of Elders. For many years after the Accord was signed, the Royal Lords took it in turns to rule the kingdom. Each of them ruled for 10 years in turn. Those practices have long since been abolished and Corinth is now ruled by the Corinth Council. The original Accord has been lost, but copies still exist in the library. What if I wanted to find the original? Many have tried and failed. You would likely have no better luck. However, if it interests you, you might wish to read The Envoy to Valamor by Derek Paulson. It entails how the original Accord was lost. You know where I can find this book? Try the middle floor, Northwestern Bay. Okay, so we don't know where the book is, but we know about a book that can show us where the book is. Useful. Oh! The Envoy to Valamor by Derek Paulson. Nice, got it. Although it has been many years since the fighting ended, the war with Valamor remains fresh in the minds of Corinne's people. The betrayal of Emperor Emaphor is hard to forget, and it's likely that this mistrust will continue for numerous lifetimes. In the hope of repairing the relationship with Valamor, King Kareths III ordered an envoy to be sent to the Shining Kingdom. However, the envoy is not all that was sent. For over 100 decades, the original Royal Accord of Twill was kept safe within the historical archive of Corinth. The Accord survived the Long Winter, the Age of Strife, and the War with the Five Houses, but it did not survive the foolishness of our great King Kareths. Despite the protests of many, the king insisted that the Accord was taken with the envoy to Valamor to be displayed in the Grand Museum of Civilis et Fortis. Alas, the Accord never made it into Valamor. It was day 1372 of the 150.
2050 is closer to 1990.
They left by ship from Port.
Why are you telling me this?
Long journey to the Civitas port.
Again.
Less than halfway to the
Why
journey,
are you telling me
disaster
this?
struck. The ship was traveling off the south coast of Corinth when it was caught up in a great storm. The ship,
Why?
the crew, and the Accord itself.
Why do I need to
lost
know
beneath
that?
The waves. The only survivor was the envoy itself, saved by some passing fishermen. Following the
What's
loss of
the
Accord,
reason?
king
What's
ordered
the
an
numbers
expedition
have to do with it, Mason?
to recover it.
What's the numbers?
For years, searches were conducted both above and below waves in an attempt to
Huh?
find the Accord.
What's the numbers
Despite
mean?
the efforts of many, it was never found. Many years later, rulership of the Corinth was transferred to the Great Corinth Council. Not long after the council took over, the search for the Accord was finally called off. Over time, the Accord was mostly forgotten, but there were still some who desired to see it return to Corinth. Many years after the search ended, a new lead was found, not far from Land's End.
Oh yeah. What's the numbers mean, Mason?
Those searching for the Accord theorized that the ship may have sunk beneath the seabed and into the caves below. They assembled a search party and entered the caves. Alas, the search party consisted of historians, not adventurers. They were poorly equipped to face the perils of those caves. Of those who entered, only 2 returned, and the search for the Accord was once again over. Perhaps it is meant to be this way. Perhaps the Accord was meant to be stay lost. However, this may not be the end of the story. All it would need is for one adventurer to enter those caves and reach the bottom of the Accord, may yet return to Corinth. Okay, so many years after the search ended, a new lead was found. Not far from Land's End, a set of caves were discovered. Okay. Land, please. Knife for Satan! Wait, it led over to Civilis et Fortis, though. It discovered that the original copy of the
What's the numbers mean, Mason?
ship carrying the Accord
What's the numbers mean?
not far from Land's End. Where's Land's End? So if the ship was going here... Ah! Din lille lort! Okay.
The numbers. Mason, what does the numbers mean?
Camp jail.
What's the fucking numbers mean?
Caves. Crab Claw Cave Tunnel Quest.
La 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 la.
Okay. This seems like it's it. Also, those require 18 agility, and that is 18 agility. We can then deduct that this is actually the cave, because those stepping stones requires the same agility that the quest does. So, let's go to that cave. Cool, alright. So...
What the fucking numbers mean, boy?
We're gonna just keep going north.
What's the fucking numbers mean?
You got Royal Titan's Pit? That's one little thing, yeah, okay. Ridiculous. Come on.
Alright, regardless, let's go this way. Report those bots. Those are very real players playing the game, guys. How do I fail level 13 agility? Wow. 18 agility. Jesus Christ. Tunnel entrance. Okay, let's go. There he is. Oh, sand snake though. Spooky. Hello, I wasn't expecting to see anyone else down here.
What do the numbers mean?
Yeah, that's me. Who are you? I'm Gooseman. Your father sent me to find you. He's worried about you. Oh, he really shouldn't worry. I'm fine. I'll head home as soon as I've finished here. Well, I couldn't help to speak.
What do they mean?
I promised I would get you home. Oh, now that you mention it, I could use some help. There's a chest in the next cave with something important in it. It's got a big snake guarding it, though. By something, but you mean the Royal Accord of Twill? How did you know that? How do you know how do you think I found you? Oh, well, you already seem to know, yes. I'm here looking for the Royal Accord of Twill. I think it's in that chest, but the snake is in the way. Could you kill it for me? Well, can you do it yourself? I tried, but I'm not very good at fighting. I'll kill the snake. Just wait here. Okay, let's go. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Take notes. Take notes. God Gamer. Maybe I shouldn't have brought magic. Maybe I should have just brought melee. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, now it's getting popped off. W. Cool. Got him. Did I search the chest as well? Or back to Arthur. Have you killed the snake yet? It's dead. Great. Now we just need to empty that chest. Would you mind? Fine. Wait here. Okay. Bro, okay, let's go. You search the chest and find the original Accord of Twill. Nice. Did I read it? Royal Accord of Twill. Know that before the Council of Elders, for the health of our soul and those of our
Lava rooms.
heirs, and better ordering of our kingdom, at the advice of Ithrain Hosidius, CB Scheisse, Red Pescilarius, Sholange Lovankungangang, and Borath Arceus, all the royal lords of our kingdom. First, that of this day of the Council of Elders shall cease to exercise authority over any action, collection of revenues, mobilization of armies, distribution of revenues, seizure of goods or chattel belong any free man of the kingdom of any other things as may be considered in the interest of the kingdom, within the kingdom of Great Corrend and perpetuity. Second, that of this day the royal lords of our kingdom, whom are great of the houses of Hosidius, Lovankenji, Scheisse, Piscalarius, and Arceus, take complete responsibility for the kingdom in its perpetuity. Third, that of this day one member from the royal lords of the kingdom, whom a part of the great houses of Hosidius, Lovankenji, Scheisse, Piscalarius, and Arceus, shall be chosen to be the great lord of Corrend for a period of time of no more than 10 years and be able to record of no more than 10 years to be able to exercise authority over any action, collection of revenues, mobilization of armies, distribution of revenues, seizure of goods, or chattel belonging to any free man of the kingdom of any other thing may be considered in the interest of the kingdom within the kingdom of Great Corrend. Fourth, that of this day the royal lord of our kingdom, whose a part of great house of Hosidius, will have the 10 years in the role of Grand Lord. Upon the expiry of these 10 years, will be willingly pass the title of Grand Lord to the royal lord of our kingdom, who is a part of the great house of Volovekenchi for a second period of no more than 10 years. And so shall it continue to be a royal lord of the kingdom, whom is a part of the great house of Scheisse, then for the royal lord of our kingdom, who is a part of the great house of Piscalarius, and finally the royal lord of our kingdom, who is a part of the great house of Arceus, henceforth is known as the right of succession to the office of Grand Lord. Fifth, upon the expiry of the title of Lord of the Royal Lord of our kingdom, who is part of the Great House of Arceus, the title of Grand Lord is passing willing to the loyal of our kingdom, whom part of the Great House of Hosidius, and henceforth continues as a fourth statement of this accord. Fifth, upon the expiry of the title of... Did I just read that? I don't even know anymore. Sixth, that if the suitable male lord of any of the royal lords of a kingdom whom part of the great houses of a city, Shires, Episcalarius, and Achaeus cannot be found at the state of the period of the grand lord, whether due to infirmity of mind or body or the questionable morality, the right of succession of the office of the next lord is annulled and passed to the next royal lord for a kingdom.
We're getting some good XP here, buddy. Good XP, baby.
And Achaeus in line. We, the royal lords of our kingdom, whom are part of the great houses of Hosidius, of Akenji, Shais, Piscalarius, and Achaeus have sworn that this shall be observed in good faith and without deceit. So essentially, this is gonna lead up to us overthrowing the kingdom and all the fucking councils that Skiga corrupt. Yeah. I emptied the chest. And I found the accord. Great. Hand it over then. Not yet. You'll get it once you've returned home. Fine, I'll go home. But you better not run off with the accord. Why do you want the accord anyway? Why wouldn't I want it? The signing of the accord marked the start of the Golden Age. Once the royal lords replaced the Council of Elders, Corinne prospered like never before. But that was a long time ago. Why does it matter now? Because I think it's time for another Golden Age. The Corinne Council, like the Council of Elders before them, have failed to do a good job in returning the kingdom. You think the five houses could do a better job? Exactly. What made you think that the council have done a bad job? More crime, fewer homes, more illness, loss of jobs. The list just goes on. But aren't the five houses partially to blame as well? They rule the cities. The council sets the laws and the council sets the budgets. We have to do as they say, else everybody else, like everybody else. Fair enough. Anyway, we better get off. Okay. Make Corinne great again. Okay, bro. Hello. Hello there. Arthur's safely back home. I hear we have you to thank for that. All in a day's work. You also said that you managed to recover the original copy of the Royal Accord of Twill. I did. I assume you'll be wanting it. Yes, I'll make sure that it's well looked after. Now as for the reward, I promise.
Completed.
Bruv! Bruv!
Oh, bruv. Bruv. What up, bruv?
For the thing here. Is there anything else I can do for you? No? Cool. I don't know if the good
Smashing.
is getting better and better, but I guess
Bippity boppity.
we're getting all
Get off my
to be able to
property.
teleport everywhere.
Thank you for bringing Artyom home safe.
Alright, nice. Okay, cool. So let's keep working on this. So this one is called the Ascent of Archaeus. I can start this quest by talking to Mori in Archaeus. Oh, it's up here. Okay, so I guess this is like all these quests is like us being introduced to all the leaders of like Fort Piscalarius, Hosidius, Archaeus, Kingstown, like all these. We're getting introduced to all the leaders, and I guess then the final quest is the climax where we figure out what's gonna happen to the kingdom, right? Yeah, I guess that's how it is. All right, so we gotta talk to Maureen. So let's figure some stuff out in Archaeus. What happened here? She's dead. Tana. Oh shit! Wait, I see that. I don't know. Let's start with what actually happened. Take a moment to collect yourself and then tell me everything. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm Mori. I was going to the library with my friend Thana. Luckily, I felt a strange suddenly I felt a strange power all through me, and then
changed the way we train woodcutting. Here's a quick guide that shows you the best path from levels 1 to 99.
Just like
it
that?
all starts here in Drainer
she ill?
Village, where you'll train
People of
from
Archaeus
levels 1
don't get
to
ill.
60.
We're
in a
immortal.
forestry
We've been
grove.
so for
This way
thousands of
you can
years,
participate
ever since the
in
ascent of
forestry
Archaeus.
events, which reward
This shouldn't
you with
happen.
adamant,
This
bark, and woodcutting
can't happen.
experience. You can spend this bark in the
End of
reward shop
Archaeus?
to unlock helpful upgrades.
A long time ago, our
you
leader,
get a +1
Trobin
level
Archaeus,
boost
used the
for
Dark
each
Altar to
player
discover
on
the
same
secret
tree,
of
capped
immortality.
at +10.
He came
Don't
to us
forget
and
to
let us
grab
share
your
in his
forestry
secret.
kit, which stores
The
your
event
bark
of that
for
day
you.
became known
Get
as the
to
Ascent
15
of
woodcutting
Archaeus.
by chopping around
But
100
something
regular
went gone
trees
wrong.
before moving over to the oak tree
Tana
house
is
at the
dead.
bank. As
I
there
don't
are
know
always
why.
other players here, you get a nice
We should let
XP boost,
someone know
and you
about
also
this.
get to participate in
You-
any events
you're
that spawn
right.
around this
We should
area.
let the Corinne
After you hit
Council
30
know.
woodcutting,
Could you help?
move on to the
I don't
willow
wanna
tree
leave her.
until level 60.
Okay,
Make sure
start
you
the
have the
Ascent of Archaeus.
woodcutting
Let's
plugin
go.
enabled for Runelight and all forestry settings toggled
Thank
on.
you. Could you
get
head to
helpful
Corinne
overlays
Castle
for
and let
events
Counselor
and
Andrews know what
notifications.
happened?
Forestry events
He's
are
in
pretty
charge of the
straightforward,
council.
but if you'd like a walkthrough
Alright,
of
let's
each
go to
event,
Andrew.
I recommend you check out my forestry
Okay.
guide next. Woodcutting
Hi
becomes
there.
more AFK
Good
at
day
60
to you.
woodcutting,
Oh,
which
he's
is when you
very
unlock
fancy
new trees.
dressed,
Best
huh?
location for this is the church
There's been a
in
death in
Sirius
Archaeus.
Village. To get here,
Why
teleport via Camelot teleport tab,
Bro, you're
which
like
you can
fucking-
buy
you're
from
2
the
months
Crown
late, that's for
Exchange.
Robot.
Players who have completed Song of the Elves
Thank
can
you.
instead chop yew trees in Grifdinis, which is closer to the bank.
Death?
Stay
Well,
in
that
one of
doesn't
these
seem right.
spots
The people
until
of
you
Arceus
reach the
don't
90
die.
woodcut.
They
If you wish
can't.
for more AFK time,
I've seen it with my
you
own
can
eyes.
switch to the
Citizen of
magic
Arceus
trees
has
at
fallen.
75
What should we
woodcut,
do?
but you'll be sacrificing
Well, I don't
XP
really know
per
what we
hour.
can do.
The best location for magic trees.
The Arceus
is
family have
Village or
chosen
the
to keep the
Mid-Skill.
knowledge secret from the
Anytime
rest
you
of
get
us.
bored of AFK
We have no
and
expertise in this
yew trees or
area,
magics,
so you'll do
you can try
nothing?
out
Thank you though,
Soyuzets,
that's for Robot.
which is a non-AFK
If
training
I could do
method for
something, I
woodcutting
could.
on
However,
Fossil
I'm afraid
Island.
this is
I'll
out of
leave
our
a guide for
hands.
that in the
I see, I
description.
suppose I'd better tell
Another
Mori.
option is the Blisterwood tree in Dark Mayor, which never despawns, but instead has a 1 in 10 chance
There's a
to
5-minute
start
quest.
chopping
Your
it.
mom,
Pretty
bro.
good AFK, but you do need a high level
Hello again.
quest to
Hello,
access
have
it.
you spoken to
Players
Counselor
with access
Andrews
to
yet?
Dennis
I am.
can
The
also
council
chop
won't be
the
helping,
teak tree
I'm
here,
afraid.
which is really good
Oh,
experience
I
per
shouldn't be
hour if you
surprised,
stay
I
in the
guess. The
forestry
council
world
only care
due
about
to the
themselves.
+10 level boost and experience gained from events.
Sounds
But
like you
this
don't
is
like the
also
council
locked
much.
behind a
Council
final
are supposed to
quest.
rule
Once
Koren,
you
but
reach
they never
90
do anything
woodcutting,
for the people.
You can get a really
They
chill
shouldn't even be
AFK
existing
by chopping
anyway. They
redwood
were only meant
trees
to
in the
rule until the
woodcutting
last
guild.
king's daughter
Just keep
came
in
of
mind
age.
that forestry doesn't work inside
So what
the
happened?
woodcutting guild.
The council
There's no
declared her
events
unfit to
and no
rule not
boost from
longer after
other
the king
players.
died.
Let's
She
recap.
disappeared soon after,
Between
and
levels
no
1
one
to
knows what
60,
became of
you'll
her.
spend time
Now the
chopping villa
council
trees
are the
in
permanent.
Draenor
Oh,
Village.
okay, so we're
Then
gonna
at
go
60,
find
move
that
over to
girl,
Sears Village
and she's
for
gonna be
yew
like,
trees until 90, and finally
time
green
to
on
rule,
redwoods
you know. But at
until
first she'll be like,
99.
no, I
If you
can't do
want
it.
more
But eventually
AFK
you'll
time,
talk her into it, and she's
consider
gonna be like,
doing magics at level
yes,
75.
it is my duty to
Each
do it,
tree
right?
lasts
And then
for
that's it.
almost 4 minutes. Alternatively, the Blisterwood tree in Dark
It was a
Mayor
waste of
is
time
also
even
quite
going
good
to
for
them.
AFKing
They were
with
never
better
going to
experience
care
rates.
about Thana.
Forestry changed the way we train
should we do
woodcutting
now?
from a skill that forces
Well,
you
if
to
the
find an
council
empty
won't help
world
us, maybe
into
Lord
a
Arceus
thriving
will.
social activity.
He doesn't
All
show his
you
face
need
in public
is your
much these
axe
days,
and
but
a
he can't ignore
forestry
the
kit.
death of one of
You
his
can
own.
obtain your kit by
Where can I
speaking
find
with
them?
the freaky
In the Tower
forester
of Magic,
in Draenor
northwest
Village.
of here.
Items that you obtain
Okay.
during forestry
I need to speak
are
to Lord
automatically
Arceus.
stored inside this
We're
kit.
currently
Forestry
facing
made
an
some
issue
core
in the
changes
Tower of
to
Magic.
woodcutting.
No one may
For
enter
starters,
until
trees
issues
now
resolved.
deplete on a set timer,
But it's
allowing
important.
multiple players
There's
to
been a
chop
death
the
in
same tree.
Arceus.
To
A death?
encourage players to
This
train
isn't
in
good.
forestry
The death you
worlds,
speak of may
you
be
get a
connected to the
+1
issue
level
you're currently
boost for
facing.
each player
You'd
on the
better
same
go in.
tree, capped at +10. But the most notable change made with the forestry
Yes?
update is events. There are 9 total events that can spawn at
Oh,
random.
shit,
These
spawn
events
into-
reward the player with Adam-infused
Get
bark,
out of it, someone
the
deal with
currency
this,
used
clear
in the
off,
reward
get out of
shop,
it,
as
clear
well as
off.
woodcutting
Do I help
experience.
these
Some
people?
notable rewards are the felling axe
Maybe
and
these guys
lock
respawn
basket,
though.
but more on that later. To be eligible for event rewards,
I don't know if
you need
if
to
they
remain in one
respawn. It
woodcutting
looks like I gotta
location
help these
for the
guys though.
duration
Let's help
of
you
at
people.
least 2 chopped trees. This prevents players
love
from
the double
hopping
clap, by
forestry
the way.
events to accumulate more
This
bark and XP
staff
per
is
hour.
so hot.
Before we go over the events, I urge you
Okay,
to
so
enable
now
the
we help
woodcutting
these guys?
plugin for Ruin Light and make sure all forestry settings are toggled on. This will make it easier
now
to
that
learn
some
the
of the souls
events.
of Nilbert can
First,
speak
we
to
have the
Lord
structure of
Arceus.
sapling.
Lord
During this
Trovan
event, you have to
Arceus.
find a combination of 3
Wait, is that the
resources to complete the
Triforce?
sapling. You can work together with other
I'm
players
afraid
to
my
speed up
father
this
is
process.
deep in concentration
Next
and
is
he's
the
unable
pheasant
to
event.
talk.
Bring eggs
Thank you
from
for
a
helping
nest
us
that
with those
doesn't have a
souls.
pheasant
As
sitting
you can
on it
see,
to the
we're
freaky
facing quite
forester.
the crisis.
When
I don't
roots
understand what's
spawn,
going on.
chop them for
I'm afraid we
experience,
don't quite know
which to the
ourselves yet.
animal-infused
A
ones
short
for
while
bark
ago,
and
our
XP.
instruments detected
Flowers event
fluctuations
requires
in
you
the
to find
power
a
from the
combination of
Great
2
Dark
bushes
Altar.
to run in between.
Before we could do anything,
Moonlight will
we all
highlight the
felt the
correct
strange
ones for
loss
you.
of power.
The ritual
As if the
event
altar
forces you
had
to play
failed
odd one
altogether.
out. When the leprechaun spawns, he
Our
can
father
bank
was
your
quick to
logs
act,
for you.
using himself as a
He'll also
conduit to
spawn
channel the
rainbows,
power
which give you
the
more
altar had
XP
left.
if you stand on the tile.
It seems the
If
loss
you
in
see
power
Endlings
had an interesting
spawn,
impact
give
on
them
our
a haircut
experiments though.
according to their
Some
instructions.
trapped souls
During the
that we were
Fox
working
event,
on
you have to dismantle
were going to
traps by
free were
clicking on
suddenly
them.
released.
And finally,
Alas,
when you see a beehive,
whatever
you
happened
can
seemed
deposit
to
your
have
logs
caused them
for
great
bark
pain,
and
make them
construction
go feral.
experience.
They are now at peace
The
though,
events can be
thanks to
divided
you.
into 2 categories.
And you
Events
bend
that reward
over
bark
and spill
and
run.
experience, events, and events that offer
What?
uniques.
I'm afraid I have some bad
Participating in
news,
the
which is
pheasant
likely
event
related to
gives
this.
you a
A
chance
citizen
of
of Arceus
obtaining
has
a golden
died.
egg,
A death?
which can
No.
transmog your beaver
My father acted
into
as
a
fast as he
pheasant.
could, but it sounds like he was
Similarly,
not
the
fast
fox
enough.
event has the fox
This is a
whistle,
dark day
which
for
can turn your
Arceus.
beaver into
Tell
a
me,
fox.
who has
The Entling
fallen?
event rewards you with
Thana,
egg
Mori
nests,
is with her
which
next
can
to
be
the
used
pond.
to obtain pieces
Dear
of the
Thana, you
evil
do not
chicken
deserve this
outfit.
fate.
Let's
Thank
talk
you for bringing
rewards.
this terrible news to us.
The
I
main
will
reward
make sure to send
is the
someone
felling
to care
axe
for
handle,
Thana and
which
Mori.
turns your axe into a
Still don't
two-handed
understand what
version,
happened.
granting 10%
Ever
more
since the ascent of
experience.
Arceus, our people
As a
have been
balance,
kept
you have a
alive in the
20%
Dark Altar.
chance of not
Its
obtaining
power
a log,
sustains our
but still
bodies
getting
in the
the
same way
experience.
yours is sustained
The
by
felling axe
food
needs
and
to be
drink.
fueled with Forester's rations.
Without the power
These
of the
can be
Dark
made
Altar,
using
there's
leaves
nothing
and
to
cooked
keep our
fish,
people
but you
alive.
can also buy the
The loss
rations
and
from the
power from
ground
the altar
exchange. And
will
while
be
we're on
what
the
killed
topic,
Thana.
you can even buy
The
the
altar
dragon
is
felling
currently
axe from the ground
giving out a
exchange,
fraction of the
meaning
power
you
it
can
normally
skip
would.
out on
The only
grinding
thing keeping
10,000
us
bark
alive
to
is my
obtain
father.
it. Another important
His strength
reward
won't last
is the
forever,
locked
though.
basket,
But what do we
available
do?
for 5,000
If we
bark.
can't find
This thing
and
sits in
fix
your
whatever is
inventory
causing
and
this
it can
loss of
hold up
power,
to 28
our
extra
people are
logs.
surely doomed.
It can also be
Now
worn
that
on your
those
back.
souls have been
By
dealt with,
combining
we
it
can
with a
perform
forestry
tests
kit
both
and
here and
sturdy
in the altar
harness,
to test
creating
out
the
to see and find
forestry
the problem.
basket. I
Time
recommend
is
you get
not
the
on our
felling
side
axe
though,
first
and I
and
fear
then
we
save up
won't
for
be
the log
fast enough.
basket. After
I
that, you
help.
can look into getting the forestry basket,
There's a secret
maybe
known
the
only to a
lumberjack
few of us,
outfit,
and
though
any
keep
other
in
time
mind that
I
it's
would
much
only
faster
never
to
dream
get
of
that
killing
and
an
temple
outsider.
tracking. In this version,
But our
it's
people's
just a
lives are in
recolor,
danger,
no
and you
extra
may well be
benefits.
the only one
And
that
that's
can
it for
save
this
us.
guide.
What is the
Give it a
secret?
like if you enjoyed it, and
It's believed to
subscribe for more
be
content like this.
by most that the knowledge of immortality was discovered by my father. The truth is, the discovery was not his. To the west of here lies the sulfur volcano of Mount Kulum. Within lies the Tasakal, three ancient beings with power over life and death. They granted my father the knowledge that led to the ascent of Arceus.
Poggers.
Anything that can help us. Their knowledge of the Dark Altar exceeds ours. If anyone can help us, it's them. Ideally, I'd send one of our own, but I have no one to spare. You are the only one who can help us. I better not waste any time then. Thank you, friend. You'll find Mount Karum on the other side of Lovakinji. Please hurry. Okay. Slayer Dungeon. Oh, wait, that's where freaking Kona lives. Tasakal. Within Mount Kulurum. But I mean, that's here, right? Tasakale. There. Dungeon Master. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go down. Holy shit, look at these bad boys. It's the freaking council.
We're going in hard, baby, on this XP.
Worms, hydras, Alchemicale. Oh, that's the Alchemicale Hydra. Okay, well, let's go talk to this bozo. Human, leave us. Your presence is not desired. But I need your help. I was sent by Asturus Arceus, son of Lord Trominaceus. Arceus. You know that name. The name of a liar. Liar? They came to us, two of them, the brother and the husband. Her time was running out. They wanted to give her more. We granted them knowledge to give more time, but they misused it, and the world suffered. There's knowledge, you mean immortality? In a way, but it was not meant for that. Time was what was meant for, but time still runs out. They put an end to time. They endangered the balance. What balance? Guthix! For every death, there must be life. For every life, there must be death. This balance is what we serve, for without balance, the world burns. So, you're very confusing. You know that, right? Perhaps our knowledge is beyond your understanding.
Alright, that's enough of that, but boy.
Do you miss WoW? Not right now. There could come a day, you know, when I miss the glory days of WoW, but as of right now, those days are over. I mean, maybe Classic Plus will bring everybody back. I sincerely doubt that Classic Plus is going to be the game that people want. I really do feel like WoW players just want old school RuneScape with WoW graphics and movement and bigger raids so you can play with more people. Because that's like the basis of WoW, is like being able to just have a guild, people that you raid with once a week. You guys log on, see each other, try to get loot, but you never do. But I really like the number go up thing. Well, we could talk about it for a second. But I mean, there's some things that I do miss in WoW, and there's a lot of things that I don't. I would say one of the things that I miss from WoW is the guilds. The guild system and the chat. Like being able to chat within your guild and then messaging people and like being able to see who's online, look up what skills they have and stuff like that. I don't know, that interface for that is really nice. And then like being in a party, just like being in a party with someone, you have to do all this stuff with add-ons here in RuneScape. And I definitely miss the feeling of like being immersed in the world, like running around. I love the graphics. I've never really been much of a fan of top-down. RuneScape is by far my favorite like top-down game ever. And so I guess I do kind of still miss the over-the-shoulder from WoW because it's more immersive. I like being able to look out and see the world. You know, I like this view. If we could play RuneScape like this, I think this would be sick. but it's not the way the game is designed. Other than that, though, like, I don't really miss too much more about WoW than that. I would just say, yeah, the guilds, a few people that I used to play with, and you know, the raids once a week. But in a way, I also think that the raids once a week is one of the things that I don't miss too. Like, I don't really like the lockouts. I like the RuneScape system where you could just raid whenever you want. And the reason that people make so many alts in World of Warcraft is because they always want to raid. They always want to be able to log in and raid. And so you make more alts so you can keep raiding, you know? Yeah. So the best thing that RuneScape does is horizontal progression. It's just so good. Classic Plus needs some challenging solo content. That's the problem.
That's true.
It's another issue, guys. Another issue with World of Warcraft is that it has 8 different classes. And it's like the developers have to develop like 8 times the amount of content as Jagex developers. Because in RuneScape, there's only one class. We all play the same class. It's all equal. So then you run into balancing issues, and you have to make more loot. You have to make loot not only for, you know, warriors. You got to make it for mages and everything. It's so difficult for them to do that. But I just don't know. Like, would you guys like to see solo content in WoW? I don't know if there's any WoW players in here. I think smaller content is kind of the way to go. Or flex. Dare I say flex content is the best way to go, but how do you do flex content for 2 people in WoW when it's a Trinity system? You know what I mean? You have tank, healer, and DPS in WoW. That's where it's fundamentally challenging to make smaller content, right? So I don't know how you beat that. You need fundamental changes to core
What's
systems.
going on,
Exactly.
guys? My name's
And I don't know if people are
Theowatrix,
gonna
and
like
welcome
that.
to my
I
complete
personally don't
forestry
think
guide.
that,
Forestry is a group
Horde and Alliance
woodcutting
works anymore
activity
either.
where you get a
That's
woodcutting
probably a
boost when
controversial
chopping with
topic right
other
there.
players. The only
But
requirement
that's why
is
retail
15
WoW
woodcutting,
exists,
and
like, they
it
got
does
rid of
work
Horde and
in
Alliance.
free-to-play.
You know, you can play
to
with
get
anybody on
started,
any
you
server,
can make
too.
your way to the friendly
Like, that's
forester
something that needs
in
to come
either
to Classic.
Draenor, CS Village, or Prith, and from him you
It's-
should
it's
grab
just
the free
outdated game
forestry
design.
kit. This
Classic
stores
worked a long
items
time
that you'll
ago. I don't think
find
that
while
works
doing
anymore.
forestry. When you're training, you
I
should
don't think
hop to
Horde
one of the
Alliance works. I
official
don't think
forestry
servers work
worlds.
anymore,
The
guys.
most popular one at all times is World
a lot of this
444.
stuff- dude, did I
As a
just get
free-to-play
owned right
player,
there?
you should go
Blizzard
to
has
World
a
301.
very
On the
tough
forestry
challenge
world, there are certain
they're going to
locations
try to,
that players
you know,
go to
make the
train
game,
together.
you know,
On
similar
the
to,
screen
like,
are most of the
why- have
locations to
similar
train
things to
forestry,
RuneScape and why
including their
RuneScape is
specific
successful.
tree
And
and
I
level.
really do
The
feel
oak
like
and willow
people are
trees
looking
in
for
Draenor are populated
the
on a
features that
free-to-play
RuneScape
world,
has.
and
I
the
want
highest
WoW to be
XP
great
rate
again.
with
I just
forestry
don't
is
know how.
obtained with teak
I don't
trees.
know how,
Forestry does
personally,
not
to
work
make
in the
WoW great
woodcutting
again.
guild or with blisterwood trees.
I think half the
So to
changes
actually
that they do to
start
the game,
forestry, you just
a lot of
start
people will
cutting
like and a
a
lot of
tree
people will
with
not
multiple
like, and
people chopping. There's a number
every
of
time you change
RuneLite
anything about the
plugins that you
game,
can
it'll split the
install
player
to
base
make
even
chopping
more.
easier. In the default woodcutting
Classic player
plugin,
base
you
doesn't
should
agree
turn
on
on the
anything,
notifications and
and I really
highlights for
don't think
all
that
of
the
the
players
events.
know what
The
they
tree
actually want.
despawn
So it's
timer
a tough
plugin
conversation
can
to have of,
estimate
like,
how
you know,
long
how
a
do you
tree
make
will stay
classic
up
WoW
for.
great
The
again?
tree
It's
count
just, I
plugin
really
shows
don't
how
think
many
that you can
players
win
are chopping a tree,
with,
which is useful for getting
with
the
the
maximum
fundamentals
woodcutting
of, like,
level
how-
boost.
how the game
You can
is
get
built,
up
like,
to
the
a plus
framework of
10
how the game
woodcutting
is with the-
boost
with
with
the class
10 or
Trinity
more
system
people
and
chopping the tree.
big
Lastly,
raids.
Entity
I don't
Hider
think you
is
win
useful for
with
being
classic
able to
WoW.
see and
Maybe
maneuver
WoW
the
2.
forestry
Almost got
events.
stacked out
So
right
while
there.
you're chopping,
Almost died right
forestry
there, boys.
events
Clutched
will
it.
spawn nearby. There are 9 different forestry events,
Clutched
with some
it.
events giving
Not
rare
even
rewards.
close.
Before I
Start
go
over
through
WoW
the
2 and
events
go
and show
linear,
you what
if
to do,
somehow-
I want to show
Well,
you
here's the
OSRS
thing, like,
bricks.
WoW
They
2
sell brick sets for
technically will
OSRS
be
characters,
Classic Plus.
bosses,
First
and
off,
areas.
you
My
need two
favorite
versions of
has to
WoW.
be
You
the
need
Jad
retail,
set, but the
which is an
skilling sets are
ARPG,
great too. Using
dungeon
the
and raid
coupon
simulator,
Theo, you
hamster
can
wheel.
save
You run
10%
Mythic
off
Plus to get
anything.
gear for the
So
raid.
head
You
over
run-
to
you run raid to get gear for high
OSRSbricks.com
Mythic Plus,
to
and
browse
kinda
the
just like
store.
those two just back and forth.
So the
And that's
first
all it
event
is.
I'm
It's just
showing
Mythic
is
Plus
the
spamming
Rising Roots
into
event,
raid
and this
spamming
is
and
where
then do it
roots
again
appear
and
on the
that's the
ground
whole game.
nearby. In this event,
You
you
need
should
that
chop
version
the
of the game.
root with the green
And then you need
veins
Classic
for
Plus,
the best
which it should
XP
take you,
and
like,
rewards.
6
The
months to reach
flowering
max
bush
level.
event is where 8
horizontal
bushes spawn,
progression.
and only
You have a
2 of those
development team
bushes
that
can
makes
trade
raids
pollen with
forever,
each other. You have to
and
find
there's only
those
a
2
few
bushes,
upgrades in
then
each raid,
repeatedly
and-
pollinate
and you
them.
should
The
add in
bushes will
type
change
damage
every so
instead
often,
of resistance,
so you need to
'cause resistance is
refine
boring. You
the
should
2
do what
bushes.
RuneScape does, and you should add
There's an
type
event
damage
where
to
you build a
weapons,
beehive,
type damage
and for this,
gear,
you click
so
on the
do more
unfinished
damage to
beehive
fire
and add
got
logs to it for
fire
woodcutting and
people when
construction
you're doing, like,
experience.
when you have
Next
certain
is the
gear that adds
struggling
like
sapling,
water
and for
effects to your
this
gear,
you need to collect
right?
3
So it's like
materials and feed
you
it
have
to the
certain-
sapling. It takes a
certain
certain
mobs that are
combination of
weak to
materials.
stab.
You should start by
So
taking 3
if I
from
was a
one
mage,
pile to see
there'd
if
be
there's
certain
any
bosses
matches.
in the raid that
You
are
can
weak
also
to
turn
frost,
on
so
public
frost
chat
mages would be
because
good
people
against
usually
that
announce
boss, and,
when
like,
they
you could bring
found the
frost
right
weapons
combination.
to do more damage.
Sometimes
to that
poachers
boss.
can
That
spawn,
style
and
of
for this
system
event
keeps the
you have
game
to
more
disarm the
horizontal
fox
for a
traps
longer
that they
period of
place
time,
down. For this,
right?
you get
You
woodcutting
need to
and
completely
hunter
revamp
experience.
the secondary skills.
There's also
change
the
all that up.
enchantment ritual event,
It all
which
needs
is
to be
visible
reworked.
by the
Secondary
colored
skills
shapes
in
on
WoW
the
are
ground.
bad.
For this, you have to stand
In
on
my
the odd one
opinion,
out.
I like this
So one of
system
them
better.
will
It
not
doesn't have to be
share a
exactly
color
like
or
RuneScape.
shape
and you
with
shouldn't
any
be locked
other
to
one.
2 professions. You should be able to do every
Sometimes
profession.
friendly ents can
That way,
appear, and for this event,
people
you
can,
have to
like,
read what they're
hard name
saying
one
and
character
trim
if they
them
want,
accordingly.
and they
There
can
are
do
4
everything
different dialogues
instead of
that
having
the
to
ents
level
can
alt so that
say,
your alt
and
can
on
do
the
those other
screen
professions.
are
And
how you
that's
should trim them.
really starting to change
When
the
nests
fundamentals of
and
the game
birds
now.
appear, you
Now
need
we're
to
starting to
take an
get- now we're
egg
starting to
from the
rework World of
unguarded
Warcraft.
nest and take
And
it
so
to the
for
freaky
me,
forester. You
I
repeatedly
would
do
want more
this,
work-
and the
like,
unguarded
WoW
nest
Classic
changes.
2, like Classic
The
Plus to
last
be more like
forestry
RuneScape.
event is the
And so we get
leprechaun,
into that
and for
conversation,
this
it's
you
like,
can
I
talk to
really
the
just want
leprechaun
WoW
to
and
deposit
RuneScape
your
to have,
logs
like, the
into
best
the bank.
parts of both
To
of it
end
and,
this
like,
video,
merge
I
both.
have
I
one
don't
more
know,
tip.
even
For the
if
best
you took a
experience, you
hybrid
should
of
be
World of
cutting with a
Warcraft and
two-handed felling
RuneScape,
axe,
if it
along
would
with
be
wood-cutting
better
rations. This
than
gives
just
10%
playing
more
old
XP
school
per
RuneScape.
log, plus a 20%
I'm
chance
not
to not
seeing-
give you a log,
I'm not
making
seeing
it
if
more
that can
AFK.
happen. I think old school
Thanks for
RuneScape
watching my
might just
forestry
be
guide. If you
a
enjoyed
better game than whatever they could do to change classic WoW. I am not seeing that picture. I guess I am kind of saying OSRS might just be a better game. It might just be a better game no matter what they do to Classic Plus, because of the flaws in servers, Horde and Alliance, 8 different classes, which requires more gear, more systems, more like just way more development, and then it brings issues into horizontal progression, which is tough. Is tough to do, is to keep your game horizontal for 20 years, which I think that OSRS has done a fantastic job at. The other advantage that old school RuneScape has is you could do the hardest content in the game on a level 3 if you wanted. You can't log in on a level 1 and go do Molten Core. You can't do that. There's more room for expression and unique characters and unique content creators in RuneScape than there is in all of World of Warcraft. You have guys like Rindy who are doing, like level 80 content as a level 3, and it's really cool to see people do that. Like you can actually land hits on bosses as a level 10 in this game. You can't do that in World of Warcraft. That goes back to the framework, the network of how the game is built. It just doesn't work. The things that work in RuneScape just do not work in classic WoW, and that's why I say, like, the framework that old school RuneScape is built upon, one class, everybody can do every skill. You can land hits on any mob that's any level, doesn't matter what level you are. Those 3 fundamentals allow way more room for expression and unique gameplay. Will never be able to touch that. And so I found that I prefer classless MMOs with horizontal progression that are number go up driven. I prefer this. Can they make classic WoW great again? I don't think so. Unless they start chopping up the foundation of the game. That's kind of like where my headspace is with classic WoW versus RuneScape, etc. And even Turtle WoW, in my opinion, would be boring after a little while. Turtle WoW is good, but after a few months, it's boring. It's the fundamentals of the game. It's just not what we're looking for, I think. Not what I'm looking for. And there's a lot of features that they added. But do you understand? You can add a ton of stuff to a 1-bedroom house, right? But it's still a 1-bedroom house. And you're trying to fit a lot of people in there. You're trying to have a big party. You got to change the foundation. It's got to be a bigger game at the end of the day. I feel like the foundation of the game is just too small. It doesn't allow for a big enough game loop. And I don't know how you fix it. It's okay to migrate, then come back. We did it for EOC. Yeah, World of Warcraft, I feel like with its current game design, will always be a seasonal thing. You go play for a little bit, you check out the new raid, and then you quit. it's not like a forever game like RuneScape is. And I really feel like a lot of people want World of Warcraft to be a forever game, and it's not. And that's sad. But it's just not a forever game. All Blizzard games turn out to be seasonal. Even Battleground in Hearthstone got destroyed by seasonality. Maybe that's not a Blizzard problem. Maybe that's our problem. That we want Blizzard to be something that it's not. And it took me a long time to realize that. Let them be what they want. Let them be what they want. We got RuneScape. That's why we got RuneScape, baby. An issue with OSRS early game lures you to think the combat is basic if you don't get spoiled. And clearly it's not. So people who try on a whim end up leaving before getting to actual content, which takes a normal person with a job months. But at the same time, you can only make things so mechanically challenged in an early game too. This is a fundamental issue of RuneScape that I've noticed because a lot of my friends that have tried the game have quit. I believe that they quit because they didn't get to the challenging part of the game quick enough. And then Zaryu, my friend Zar, is realizing that he is never going to be able to compete with the amount of time that me, Savix, and Shobek are able to play the game. And now he's discouraged and doesn't even want to log in anymore. So this is why I saw this problem coming. And when Zaryu presented with the problem that he had, I suggested that he de-iron because I want to play with my friend Zar. Now, somebody like Savix is not capable of seeing the future like this. He's only capable of seeing Iron Man Giga Chad. He's like a zug-zugger type of guy. You know, he doesn't really, he likes to just charge in full speed and he's do what I do. I'm doing the best thing. But sometimes what you're doing is not the best for everybody else. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm not the greatest gamer, but I like to raid lead because I like to be able to see what others are doing and try to help them play their best. And so that's why I really love, that's my favorite part about World of Warcraft is raid leading, right? It's what I've loved. I've loved doing that forever. So that type of mentality is being able to see what other people are capable of. You don't tell the guy in your raid who is already mechanically challenged, overstimulated, you don't put Shobek on the hard mechanic in the game where he has to do his rotation and go and pick up the orb and move it over to the basket. You don't put Shobek on that mechanic. You put Savix on that mechanic. Right, guys? So that's just how it works. Zaryu in this situation is Shobek. He is not going to be able to do what is required for him to be able to enjoy the game. So you don't keep telling him, just keep banging your head against the wall, right? No, you come up with a solution, otherwise he's going to quit. So that's why I think Zaryu should just de-iron. Iron Man is not for him. And you know what, guys? That's okay. That's totally fine. He's just going to have to deal with the Savixes that come into his chat and tell him that he's dumb for de-ironing. He's going to have to deal with that the rest of his life. But that's fine. You're just going to have to mentally prepare for that. That's all you can do. All you can do is try to just mentally prepare for that. People ain't gonna just randomly stop saying it. They're gonna say it all day long because the Iron Men in this game are loud. They are loud. They love Iron Man. They want everybody else to love Iron Man, but that is never going to happen. It is not for everyone. That's why they have different modes, and that's okay. If you're a main, that's okay. I am still going to make fun of you. And in a way, Iron Man in the game is kind of the purest form of an MMO that you can play. Because the purest form of an MMO is back in the day when you were a kid and you saw the guy standing in Orgrimmar with full tier 1 or full tier 2, and you were looking up to him, or he had high warlord gear. And you knew that you would never have that because you didn't have as much time to play the game as he did. That is Iron Man, is what we're all chasing, is like that feeling. We want to feel like that guy. And some of us are older. Now we have a little bit more time to play the game. Now we're all chasing the feeling. We're all trying to be that guy because we don't get the joy and the justification and the value and the glory from playing mains because people will know or think that we bought the gear, and buying the gear is stupid because you're just skipping the game almost. You're just skipping the game.
Put this over there. What else do I need? Let's see. I need graceful top, bottom, legs, boots. I need the construction of the caper. Let's go like this. I'll get 2 logs. Am I missing anything in my envy for the hunter rumors? I don't think I am. I guess I could buy the meat now to recharge the whistle. And then we'll go from there. Moonlights. Actually, you know what? Maybe I start with easy, medium, and hard Mortania diaries. I need hard Mortania for a bone crusher, right, chat? Or no? Is that what it is? Yeah. You know what? Maybe I actually just do that with bats. So, chat, how do I do this, guys? Somebody has to have knowledge in the chat. How the f do I make this into a scarecrow? I have an empty sack. Now what? Hello, Bravo. How you doing? Falador herb patch has hay. Use sack on hay. Where's the nearest hay? I thought it was over here somewhere. It looks like I was mistaken. Isn't there sack and lumbered somewhere? More west. Ah, it's over here, finally. God dang it, this took way too long to just get 1 quest item. We need to, speed this up. Okay, so I got a scarecrow now. Okay, nice. I'm buying all the items I need for the Mortania easy, medium, and hard at the same time. That's what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna finish everything. Man, getting the shit for this is so annoying. Oh, to buy a Hydra tail and a Dragon Bone necklace too. Why do you have them for like 10 mil each in the GE and nobody's buying them, so you're hoping that I would buy it so you can make a quick 20 mil? That's a smart motherfucker right there in the chat. No, you could combine it to make a free inventory slot for the Bone Crusher. Okay. Okay, say no more. Yeah. Okay. I need to talk to the cannon guy for an ammo mound, right? That's what it is. Oh no, maybe I just buy it off him. Nice. I have right now easy and medium all item requirements. So now I'm gonna do, actually I need an axe as well. Bank the watermelon because I don't need that anymore. All this in my inventory I need, so let's keep it except for the brews and the coins. Okay, what do I need for Mortania Hard? Let's see. Ah yes, a witchwood icon. That's for Slayer, isn't it? Okay, mushroom spores. Okay, that's for what I planted. So I have everything but that. Here we go. Mortania easy. Kill any attackable NPC with a wolf dagger bane. Okay. So I just gotta hit him with the last hit, right? Okay. Finish, please. Go fight. Oh, that didn't work. It has to be the full kill. Oh, wow. That's interesting. All right. Super combat defender. McChickens, thank you for the 5 gifted subber. I appreciate you, my brother. You won the We Eat yesterday. Now you're... Oh, yeah. You won the Elysian, didn't you, McChickens? Yeah, you're a happy man. Is that why you gave me 5 gifted? Are you giving me a split? Did you RWT it? Damn. That boy RWT'd and gave me a 5 gifted split. Sheesh. Give me the lamp and let's put it on agility. Nice. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna do medium Mortania now, right? And let's go straight to it. Oda's back. Thank you for the sick buck. Yeah, just change it to Oda's hand. Oh my god, I just realized I'm talking to Serena. She's a hijab. Serena, why are you showing a lot of neck? Serena! What the f, Jab? What the f? This is terrible. Okay, let me see. Says you, oh. Says me is crazy. All right, guys, let's get this mushroom spores here. Complete a hard temple trek. Alternatively, complete a hard Bergdarat rumble. You could use Route 1 to evade combat events. Route 1, let's go. It says you need to complete the event. What event? What? Choose side paths. Evade events. That? This is some f***ing bullshit. Select the reward on the left to display information here. I would like an XP tome. What? I didn't even get to choose it what I wanted in? This is f***ing bullshit. I just got fire making XP when I already have 99. Gosh. Just tuning in. Why are you doing this? I'm trying to get the Bone Crusher so no bones could be in my inventory after the Hunter rumors. I'm already kind of regretting my life, but I would have to do these diaries anyway, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, I was planning to do them anyways for all the agility XP that I would be getting. Give me the Bone Crusher so I could just go do my Hunter rumors, please. Thank you, Serena. 15k agility XP. There it is. Almost 82 agility now. Where's the Bone Crusher? Wait, what? Ghost Disciple, give me the Bone Crusher. Ah, I see. You want me to speak Ghost Speak Amulet. Ah, yes. Well, you can wear the legs. Oh, the legs, do that? Wow, you guys are teaching me new shit every day, I swear to God. There's the Bone Crusher. Wow. The Bone Crusher has no charges. How do I charge? Is it death runes? You need ecto tokens. Ah, hell no. Can I buy them? Please. Oh, man. So I claim slime. I got dragon bone meal. And then I gotta put all of these right now. Oh shit. I'll drop the 65 ecto tokens. Let's do one more. No way you're being cheap. It only gave me 13 bone. Now we're only gonna get like 15 echo. So cringe, Dirk. Like you couldn't invest like 10 mil. 10 mil. 10k. It's the same ecto, Baldy. Is it? Then why the f did I use dragon? Worship ecto fungus. Now! This better give me better RNG the way I'm praying to this fucking statue. Okay. Now I use these to on the bone. The Bone Crusher has 3250 charges. It is active and ready to crush some bones. Hell yeah! Or to get the necklace. Oh yeah, you said something about what is it called? A Dragon Bane necklace? What did you say it was? Dragon Bone. Okay. And a Hydra Tail to combine it with my Bone Crusher. Hydra Tail. Okay. Are you sure you want to combine the Hydra Tail and Dragon Bone necklace and create a Bone Crusher necklace? So can I wear it? Oh, you just put me on, bro. You just put me the on. So now I don't even have to have it in my inventory. It's just always gonna be on. You are different, bro. What does Horsey say? Me! Me! You know what's so up? Every time Haddy's doing something that I don't want him to do, tell me if this is bad, chat. He's touching something that he's not supposed to be touching in the house or something that's gonna fall. I just go, slee! And then he's like, he just starts bouncing and like just starts stop touching it. Like I just slee him once and immediate stoppage, chat. It's like a whistle. I just slee him once, this one slee, and then he immediately stops touching it. Like I gotta do it sometimes, bro, because he doesn't listen. I slee his ass. I be sleeing him, bro. Like, let's just say, like, I think he's about to get hurt and he's touching something. That's like one tick stoppage. Like, just one, slee! And then he just goes like this, and then he just starts running to me like, Papa, Papa. He doesn't know it's me, chat. I'd go like this, slee! Like, he doesn't see my mouth moving with it. You know, I do it from the side. He never knows it's me. Or let me know when you're mining, brother. We could do Zalcano for 100k an hour. I told you, chat, you could do Zalcano for 100k an hour. You gotta be there when I start mining. I was telling Chad that you could get 100k an hour doing Zalcano, and they didn't believe me. They said, nah, that's volcanic mine. You don't know what you're talking about. Zalcano, you only could get about 40k in speed doing that one. The whole chat was, like, you know, acting like that's not possible, but I was telling them that it was. That you can get 100k an hour doing Zalcano. Or the volcanic mine is way better. That's just cap, though. You know what I realized? I've become one with this game. Like, I can literally listen to RuneScape music and just skill. I think I've just become a full-on janitor metamorphosis. Like, that's it. Like, that's what I am now, guys. I'm just a janitor. Yeah, it's terrible. It really is. Like, I'm not even happy about it. I'm just kind of saddened. Anybody did flower poker back in the day? Like, on RuneScape is what I'm saying. Flower poker was crazy, bro. But we gave the host so much odds, I believe. Because you could say hot and cold, and then, like, if it lands on a certain color, they automatically, like, that means host win, right? Pastel and, like, rainbow, or is, like, host win or something like that. Or I've hosted before. I know Alfie said that he was a host at one point. Yeah, flower poker was fun back in the day, I'm not gonna lie. I remember one day I was on the trampoline, and my brother Mo was rich as and he just got a purple party hat. And we were, like, going crazy because it was our dream for one of us just to get a party hat. And I was playing on the trampoline, and I saw Mo, and he looked so sad. He's like, Omar, come here, come here. I was like, what are you saying? What's going on? He's like, I lost it. I was like, how did you lose it? He's like, I put hot and it was cold. I was like, oh shit. Mother, I was bouncing, having the time of my life. Bro looked at me, went outside. I knew it was gone by the look of his face. I knew that purple party hat was no longer there. like complete sadness. Well, remember when? Do you remember polypore staff staking? I don't know why, but as a kid, I thought that shit was hella expensive. Always got scared of it in the wilderness. Well, before they took out the duel arena, I would still do RS3 polypore staking. I don't know if any of you guys remember those streams, but I would literally put like 10 below 7, transfer it to RS3 gold, and I would just go polypore staff staking. And I had some crazy hype streams doing that shit. Like I remember I got to like 6 party hats before and like 40 bill and this and that. Yeah, it was some craziness. It definitely was some craziness. Me, you, and PK or Ali. Yep, off rip. My boy off rip remembers. Yeah. Yeah, I remember PK or Ali one of the times where we were going to go to do polypore staff staking off rip because I had so many loans out. I was like, bro, I can't loan right now. He was like, motherfucker, you fake friend. And then he went crazy and just never showed himself in the community ever again. Like maybe he just had like a tough day that day and he like rang it out on me, you think? He was actually cool too. I wonder what happened to him. Bro, where the fuck is one of the pieces for the hunter's kit? Like, this is just getting out of hand now, you know what I mean? Like, what? How many rumors have I done? 162. And I still didn't get any of the helm, plate body, or legs. No piece. It's supposed to be 1 in 50. Fuck this game. How much? I'm 32k XP away from 94 hunter. Can't believe that I grinded this, like, all the way to 2241. Can I just take a second and realize how far I've come? Like, wow. I've come a long way. Like, granted, I'm not, you know, I'm not done right now. But to think about, like, how far I've come, it's kind of crazy. Like, I've gotten so many 99s. Like, I'm literally at 2241. I would have never dreamed that I would become a maxer ever in my life. What if one day before I'm going to max my agility, right? And get 99 everything.
Now we're about to have...
The goat. Oh, what else is there?
Gygax prepared to take financial hit to save RuneScape. Ooh, sure, let's check this out, shall we?
I'm a big believer in strengthening your strengths rather than sort of strengthening what you might feel to be weaknesses. I think people do, you know, the French make wine and the Germans make cars and Jagex makes RuneScape.
Isn't this RS3? Is this RS3 news?
We probably won't maintain the revenue that we currently are when we make these changes. That's the truth. But equally, if we're taking a 10, a 15, a 25-year view, you know, some short-term pain is probably worth the restoration of the game if we can get to that point.
Hello and welcome to the Game Business Show with me, Christopher Dring. Today we are interviewing the new CEO of Jagex, John Bellamy. John took over from former CEO Phil Mansell back in March. Phil vacated the role after nearly 8 years leading the RuneScape company. Now, Bellamy is relatively new to the video games industry, at least
no shit
to most CEOs, but he is a veteran RuneScape player and he's experienced an incredibly busy and sometimes challenging start to life as Jagex CEO. The firm launched a new RuneScape game back in April called RuneScape Dragon Wilds, which was a surprise shadow drop. But it then followed that by further layoffs in June and is currently trying to react to fan negativity about how RuneScape has been monetized. During Gamescom, I got the chance to catch up with
Pollination.
him, ask him a few questions on
A threesome.
how he's going and what he's learned so far.
Yeah.
And here is that interview. So enjoy.
Hello, John. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
I love the fact that we've come to Cologne to do this meeting, seeing as Jagex is based in Cambridge, which is my hometown as well. So we've come all the way to Germany to meet up. It's typical, really.
I know it's not at all convenient, but I'm glad we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, you've had quite a turbulent, quite a baptism of fire since taking the CEO role at Jagex. How have you found it?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It still feels like a real privilege. Obviously, I've played these games for 20 years, and I worked here previously about a decade ago. And so it still feels sort of like coming home. There's a lot of
Holy
old faith.
moly, he's been there for a while, huh? Yo, guys, thank you for the big subs.
It's just that I
Appreciate it, guys.
recognize the game's in really good shape. So, yeah, it feels
I
good.
think
No
so too.
regrets. Very happy.
One of the big stories has been the scaling back of monetization, or at least rethinking of monetization. That's been grabbing the headlines. Talk me through the journey. How did you get here?
Oh, crikey. That's a long one. It's a
Crikey.
25-year story, to be totally honest, that sort of peaks in 2013, where a few changes were made to the game. There was a new monetization model that got rolled out, the one we're all familiar with today. The sort of visual identity of that game had been changing. We're talking, of course, about RuneScape 3 here. Been changing for a little while. And I think many of our players started to feel like they were missing the game of old. And so old school RuneScape was the direct antidote to that.
Yeah.
I think some of the challenges that led to the creation of our lovely old school RuneScape product still exist in one form or another inside of RuneScape 3. And so at least myself and the wider team, but mostly the team, have been looking at the way the product currently is, the happiness of players, or where they're finding frustration, and deciding, well, if we believe this game has another 25 years, what do we need to change? And monetization is near the top of that list.
You did some surveys, and there's a possibility of getting fans back if you could make those changes.
Yeah, well, that's it. So we saw in those surveys there was a lot of hope that we could sort of wind back some of the microtransaction approach that we're doing, or augment it to make it a little bit more sustainable and healthy. And there was many people who were quick to say, look, I'd be interested in coming back to RuneScape 3. It's a game I view very fondly and I have a lot of nostalgia for, but that really pushed me away. And so that's one of 2 or 3 things that are commonly cited. And so we saw the responses and we saw the numbers, and we've been running experiments for the last few weeks that started with the removal of our kind of treasure hunter is our microtransaction layer. The total removal of that temporarily. That hasn't been done since it was implemented in 2012 or something like this. And so I think
Do you guys have friends that would come back if they made changes into microtransaction stuff? I guess I could say the same with WoW if they remove some of the things. I don't know though. I feel like they're gonna be, you know, scared still, thinking that they're gonna F it up again and not come back. I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. RS3 is donezo. It's too far gone. Never happening. Okay. Boy Extreme is having fun with RS3. It's one of those league things, right? Still wouldn't get people off OSRS. Never happening. OSRS is its own game.
We started as we intended to go along, and really decided to not just ask players, but also make changes in-game to see what the results of that are. And the team have been learning for the last 3 or 4 weeks so that we can put some substance behind our own assumptions.
Anything surprised you so far?
Yeah, a few things. I think it can be a tendency sometimes to think, you know, microtransactions bad. Nobody likes it. These are universally unappealing. And we've learned that that's just not the case, actually. That surprised me a little bit. There are many of the players who quite like elements of what we do and would be sad to see them go, more than I originally assumed. However, the vocal responses that we've got have largely been very positive. There's been a lot of hope, a lot of sort of encouragement for this direction of travel. And I know people are really looking forward to hearing what we come away with, just in the same way that you've just asked.
How confident are you can maintain the revenue that you need whilst also making the changes to support players? This feels like a very difficult objective you've set yourself.
It is hard. It is. We probably won't maintain the revenue that we currently are when we make these changes. That's the truth. But equally, if we're taking a 10, a 15, a 25-year view, you know, some short-term pain is probably worth the restoration of the game if we can get to that point. And that's the experiment that we're running, and that's the bet that we're hoping to take.
You've launched a new RuneScape game this year in it's Dragon Wilds. Has I got the name right?
It is.
Yes, good. I saw it at GDC. I've not played it.
What is Dragon
You
World?
shadow dropped it in April. That's quite a. We had a panel last night here in Gamescom in Cologne where we talked about shadow drops, and everyone just went, "That's a very high risk strategy." So tell me, why did you? I mean, I guess that you at the time, but you weren't necessarily involved in it. But what was the thinking?
Yeah, no, I'd been involved from behind the scenes. I was on the board for about a year, right? So I'd definitely been following along, but credit to Phil who really drove a lot of that, and Jesse and the team in Dragon Wild. Why did we do that? There's a handful of reasons. I think we knew that this was going to be a game, first and foremost, for RuneScape players, past and present. And those are players, much like myself, that have learned to expect very frequent updates all of the time in a persistent world that will continue to grow and improve and get better over time. With Dragon Wilds, what we were launching was an early access product. We'd done a ton of work over multiple years, but the game wasn't finished. So what I didn't want to do is, and we collectively didn't want to do, is create a bunch of hype and fanfare, set expectations really high for a team of people, a group of people that are already a very high expectation coming from RuneScape and old school RuneScape, and then let people down. So we wanted to make sure we were sensible and humble in the way that we launched it. It's done tremendously well nonetheless, but when we do full content launch next year, you'll see a lot more fanfare and sort of excitement because we've got a fuller product that we can ship and start committing to frequent updates on.
I was going to ask, how is it going? You're happy with it so far? Is it doing what you're looking for it to do at this stage?
It's done really well. Really, really well, Chris. Much better, I think, than we anticipated. We hoped for, we had some sort of very high-end goals, and it surpassed those at early access.
Okay.
And so, you know, the team's in a really good place. I played a ton of the game, lots of hours.
I mean,
you can see now there's a bunch of RuneScape players saying, I would love to see more and more and more in the product. And so we're furiously developing, we're actively hiring into that team, trying to build out the sort of pipeline of content. But the first priority is committing to delivering everything we've already promised in our pipeline, and that should come late next year.
Interestingly, I still think of old school RuneScape as a new concept, but it's been going, what, 12 years now?
Exactly.
Oh,
old school is actually old school now.
Did I see it did like 200,000 players or something the other weekend? It was a phenomenal number.
Yep.
I mean, this is quite a soft question, but what's made this game so enduring?
That is a soft question, thank you, Chris. Honestly, I think it's quite a simple formula that's not very easy to do. I think if you can create a game that is really diplomatically developed, meaning we don't release anything into the game that doesn't achieve a 70% popularity poll rating in-game from our players, and so it's very democratic the way that we run the game.
Sounds like a good model for Brexit, that would be.
No comment. But that's worked really well, and it's helped us stay on the straight and narrow, because who knows better what should be in the game than the people who are playing it all day, every day. And that's proven to be a really great model. On top of that, we charge one subscription price and you get access to all of the game if you pay it, which is really simple and I think increasingly fresh in today's market, which is quite nice to be able to be in that position. And then finally, I think we have some really clear lines in the sand that we would never transgress with old school RuneScape. No microtransactions ever, and a whole host of other sort of clear rules that I think our players will all be very familiar with. And just sticking to those, even when it's tough sometimes to accept that content we really want to make isn't the stuff that's desired, it's proven to be quite successful in the long run.
Is there anything about it? I mean, there's a very unique, specific nostalgia element to that game as well. Is there anything about it that you can apply to RuneScape or any of your other titles?
Yeah, I think old school's a game that is swimming in integrity.
It's pretty new.
And I think integrity is really desirable, especially today. At least that's my view. And I think RS3 is what we're looking at for RS3 is also much about integrity. So visual integrity, monetization integrity, and integrity of gameplay. And I think if we put that right at the core of what we're doing, much as we have for old school RuneScape, it will manifest in a different way for RS3. But I think it will still prove to be successful.
I played another game at GDC. I didn't even realize that you published.
I think it might do better if they remove a lot of the microtransaction, because someone in chat was saying that Full Extreme is having fun and it actually looks fun, but they don't want to play it because it's just the league, and in the real version you can just pay to win is what people don't like, right? I don't know the whole gameplay, right?
Scum,
but that's what I hear from you guys a lot.
Which is an astonishing game, really. I well above my skill level and patience.
And mine.
But I almost didn't notice that this was still going on in the background at Jagex, these sort of projects. Are they remotely a priority? I mean, I'm not talking about Scum in particular, but are you looking at those sort of other projects still?
No, we're not actively looking at third-party publishing. That's something we'd done previously.
Yeah.
I think for Jagex, the priority is and will be for the foreseeable future RuneScape in its various incarnations. I'm a big believer in strengthening your strengths rather than sort of strengthening what you might feel to be weaknesses. I think people do, the French make wine and the Germans make cars, and Jagex makes RuneScape, and that's exactly where I would like us to be for the next 5 or so years. Scum's a great game being built by a team in a company called Gamepires, and they have a ton of autonomy because the kind of game that you'll have experienced is very different to the kind of games that Jagex is known for typically. And so the worst thing I think we could do is go and impress upon that team that we know how best to make a hardcore shooter. You know, we back that team because they know best how to make a hardcore shooter.
Now, you've joined Jagex at a very,
Hardcore
and I know you've been in the background before this, but you've enjoyed Jagex at a very tricky time for the industry. I know you've had to make some cuts and changes as well as every single person in the industry has.
Yeah.
How are things with the team now? Are they, are you confident you can still deliver your goals and what you're setting out to do with the people that you have?
Yeah, definitely. It is a tough time, and I think everyone's feeling it. Nobody's particularly happy with the state of where we are. And I've been here just as you have for the last couple of days, and whether it's a banker, an investor, an executive, or a developer, pretty much everybody's feeling that it's you know, it's not the golden days that it was a few years ago.
I've never felt anything like this.
Nor me. I think a lot of us in this industry are going through our first like downturn in a cycle.
Yeah.
You know, there'll be more in the future every 10, 15 years or something, but for many of us, this is the first. And so we're kind of learning as we go. That's why we've seen as much shock as we have versus other industries that are a bit more used to being in this.
I've seen moments in the industry where platforms have shifted and things have changed, which causes sections of the industry to go through declines or projects to be cancelled. But you always felt there was some other area that was growing. There was some other area for people to go to look to. There were more publishers back then. There wasn't quite so much of the consolidation that we've seen across the industry. So I look at it now and I think probably part of the shock is it's everywhere and there's almost nowhere. There's no. And people are looking for green shoots and things, and there might be some in certain corners, and we're starting to see more this year than we certainly had last year. But there's not many.
There's not many. I think one of the saving graces that we have had, and I'm sure you've seen and talked about this at length, is the rise of the kind of AA, triple I champion, right? I mean, that's kind of the defining tune whenever I'm walking through a Gamescom or talking with folks in the industry. Is that, you know, you can take a $400 million budget and there's not many of them left, but you can still take a swing with that kind of thing. But you can also take a swing with a tenth of that and deliver not so different results if you get it right. We've seen that from Color Obscura and a bunch of others recently, right? And I think that is a guiding light for many who might have been a bit disheartened coming out of a big studio.
I like the fact you said AA budgets, because I don't really see like Color Obscura as a AA get. You know what it does is AAA quality. Space Marine 2 is AAA quality. These are all delivering the experiences you demand of them, but they're doing it either with much smaller teams or in much faster. And we're even seeing. I've started to see. I've spoken to 2 companies here who are trying to make games in like 18 months. Obviously much smaller games, often like roguelike or 2D titles. These are big companies doing that, and I find that interesting as well to follow. We might, but I still think there's room for AAA.
For sure. But I mean, if it can be done in a new, scrappier way, I think that's probably good for all of us.
I'll ask one more question, and it's one I tend to end my interviews on, which is like, what's your goal? What's your target? Where do you see Jagex in 5 years? Say, where do you want it? Where do you want to take it?
It's a very clinical answer to that, but the honest answer is I would like old school RuneScape, RuneScape 3, and Dragon Wilds as a collective RuneScape franchise to be, if not the biggest, but then clearly the second biggest MMO franchise in the Western world. We're already very close to that position. We are. It's one of those things that surprises people quite frequently, but there's a fantastic tool online that I won't plug the name of, but it sort of demonstrates mind share across YouTube and a bunch of other platforms, Google searches. How much is a game talked about? And I checked recently, and old school RuneScape has the greatest mind share of any MMO in the West, which I found surprising, and I think many others would as well. If we can stay in that position, then the size of the game in terms of the player base and the team, those things will follow. And so I think we've established where we want to be. We're already pushing towards it, and the growth, at least for old school RuneScape over the last few months, has been amazing. So I think if we can continue that as we are, we don't plan on doing big acquisitions necessarily or spinning up large-scale new projects. Really, the focus is on doing what we already do quite well, but making 1%, 2%, 3% improvements across 100 different places every year for the next 5 years.
Yeah, that seems to be a bit of the strategy. Focus is a word.
Focus is the word.
Yeah.
That was much more succinct than mine, but yes, focus is the plan.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you, John. I'll let you get back to your meetings, and I hope you have a successful Gamescom.
Perfect. Thanks for having me.
That's it for today's episode of the Game Business Show. It was a little shorter this week, and I know that some of you like things to be a little shorter. In fact...
Yeah, he wants to make a number 2. I'll link you guys the video. Who was that? That was the CEO of Jagex. CEO. Wow.
Mr. Savix.
RuneScape biggest flexes got even harder.
People seem to have this idea that I'm pretty good at RuneScape, but I am a fraud. 3 years ago, I became a Grandmaster, but it's been a very long time since I've been able to put on my Zuck helmet. Since then, even harder challenges and bigger flexes have been added to the game. I can't be seen in public looking like this. Something has to change. And these challenges have just become even harder thanks to the Doom Combat achievements, which had Jagex issuing a statement to the community telling them to just stop crying and get good. So it sounds like it's the perfect time for me to get all the new biggest flexes in old school RuneScape. New combat achievements just dropped. Let's see what they are. Hopefully I get some free ones. Alright, I'm 112 points off Grandmaster and I got 3 free tasks. As you can see, my Doom experience is pretty lacking right now with only 39 deep delves. So I'm not exactly going into these tasks as a pro, and there are so many Grandmasters. Look at this. I like doing this though, it's fun. Going from basically nothing to Grandmaster. Let's see how that goes. These days, I increasingly find myself writing out walls of text, whether that be for Deadman All-Stars or other projects. And today's video part—
Let's go, one more run, and we're done with this wood crafting grind for a little bit. I think I still need one more level for 77 for something for fun, and then I think 78 for another
Stuff forever. Like,
a diary.
Stuff to the game, then like you got to earn it again. I like this because it adds a small element of retail WoW, which is like vertical progression almost. Even though it's like it's only vertical progression for cosmetics. You know what I mean? Like you have to keep going. It's like it's the hamster wheel is for the cosmetics. And that keeps you playing the game even past beating everything. I think that's cool.
Quillbot is a Chrome extension that checks my grammar, makes me sound more professional, and can even help me draft.
Yeah, you don't lose your
emails
power,
and
you
other
just lose
important
your
messages.
cosmetics.
It's incredibly simple
Like
to go
your
down to the
elite
extension
cosmetics.
and just fix all the errors. And Quillbot can even offer suggestions to make my text more formal.
I'm gonna get 2
it's literally
chocolate,
the perfect
2
tool for working
chocolate
professionals
squares.
everywhere.
Guys, I'm just gonna get 2 more chocolate squares.
Free
I
to
earned it.
install, so go and check it out via the link in the description. A teleport to the boss is 300k. Oh, the cost of living is crazy in this world. Now this is my starter delving gear.
Damn.
It doesn't look like I know what I'm doing, but I'm actually going to start with the boss by doing Jewel of Mokiotl, which is defeating delve 1 to 8 melee only. And I've got a shield with me to do the mine is better task as well. So if you didn't, the problem with doing melee only is the boss does hit you when you go next to it. The other problem is these stupid grubs fail the task because they're not melee damage as well. These grubs are actually ruining my life right now because any single one of them goes in and I failed the task. Right, okay, we've done it. I'm just going to cheese these waves with the DDS because you always hit on the car phase, so I can just do huge numbers. I'm just going to sit here and tank the stomps and just do max damage. Here we go. First combat achievement at the delve boss. Mine is better. That one is for the shield, and we will also get the one for the melee only kill. Did I fail? Oh, you're joking me. I failed on wave 3. All right, there we go. I've actually got it this time. Nothing too crazy. Melee only delve is done. For the praying mantis, defeat Doom without using any prayer restoration. I'm going to cheat this one a little bit and ancient mace my prayer points up to 141 before I start.
What is
Swap out some
this?
switches for some prayer gear.
Guys, what is that tech?
Ancient mace.
You can ancient mace to 141? That's some serious tech I didn't know about.
Mantis, that's actually pretty free, to be honest. Defeat Doom without using a Demon Bane weapon is kind of a joke when you own a Twisted Bow. The next task is to get down to delve level 16. My current DP is level 12.
You just kill him with a twisted bow instead of a scorching bow? That's an achievement? Okay.
Well, that was on day of release, so surely I can do this. Come on, delve 15 done. No fumbling. No fumbling.
Level up,
16
completed.
is for the CA.
Level up, completed.
Everywhere. Oh, I'm going to have to do the ball. I'm going to have to do the ball. Come on, yes!
Not bad.
Knock down here. Delve 16.
Not bad. Give me the levels, baby. 76 has been done. Now we can go do the elite Lumbee diary.
Oh, this is where our run ends on delve 19. I feel like there could have been a way deeper delve task because I'm still bad. And I managed to do that one. Okay, ticked off. Now this to me looks like an incredibly difficult task. Perfect Doom, you can't put a single foot wrong. Waves 1 through 8. That means no slams, no misprayers, no grubs can get in. Not a single thing can go wrong. But it turns out quite a lot can go wrong. Why did I just put it there? No, I've got to make it to this thing, please. Please.
There's no way.
No.
No.
So annoying. What? Oh my god, these little things are just relentless. I can't let any in, otherwise it's dead. No.
Bro,
I
perfect
still
delve
gotta
seems
go.
insane.
Oh, what am I doing?
Perfect delves.
Perfect delve seems insane, guys.
Wait. What? No. Why is it an impenetrable fortress there? I was so frustrated. Wait, what? Well, I finally got...
Guys, if anybody that just has a Zuckhelm nowadays just way more insane than they were like 5 years ago? I feel like Zuckhelms have gotten harder. They're just like, these challenges are just insane now.
I drop the cloth, and I'm not going to take it because I am on a perfect run right now. These take ages, so there's no way I'm teleporting out. No, the things. Get this, please, let the shield spawn in time. Beautiful. Nice, right, level 7 is done. That's the first level 7 I've done, and it's been 2 days. And I've still got the loot. I've got to risk it. This is the one. Everything on the line. The perfect run and the cloth. Wait, it's gone there. No, you idiot. I've got... Oh, my God, bro. I hate this game. The risk didn't pay off, but I get the cloth as a commiseration. I thought that would be the one that's actually so depressing. Hold on, there's actually a cool animation for making the gauntlets. What is this? How much do I get? 105 mil, I'll take it. I think this is the perfect example of why perfect is so difficult. Bam, 2 grubs come down. I get the melee punish. I've got to avoid the poison to get to the melee punish. The grubs are coming in. I've got to do the press, and I don't get one of the grubs. This is probably one of the hardest combat achievements I've ever done. So apparently, if you come through here and you search the skeleton near the boss, read this stone tablet. It's your boy. What's up? It's because I playtested this boss, which is now traumatizing me. I can't do the perfect.
No
task.
way.
Made it to another level 8. Another level 8 in the bag. Come on, just...
Guys, when he was making those gauntlets, are those the confliction gauntlets that require 90 health to wear? So you can get confliction gauntlets and you can get Avernic treads from the delve boss.
One wave of doing it perfectly. Like it.
This boss is kind of cracked.
No, I'm learning from my mistake. We're pegging it at the edge of the arena. Mage range. Oh, we're still on. I'm liking it again. This is actually so OP. Okay, beautiful. Oh, we got to shield face. The strap.
Guys, how do you know which one is going to hit you first?
I'm liking it again.
Look at that. Hold on.
This is actually so OP.
Bro, this blue one was farther away. Right there. It's a set pattern. The orb color. Because that one right there was farther away a second ago.
Okay, beautiful.
So the bolder color determines.
Oh, we got to shield face. The strat I'm using now, I'm just going to milk these grubs for spec. And I have another Zarek crossbow spec. There we go, car phase. Beautiful. 102. 20%. One more thing. Come on, just kill it here, please. Please end my suffering. Yes! Oh, perfect doom is done.
Damn.
Perfect doom is done. Holy, that took so long. That took so long. Yeah, look, I now have 1,000 delves.
Full Masori.
God damn.
Treads. That's what I want, man. Does he have quiver too on? Does Zonda's quiver on?
Yeah, look, I now have 1,000 delves after that. I don't know what I had at the start, but that took like 3-4 days. I don't know.
1,000 delves.
It's just dysfunctional. I just can't
1,000
do the
delves.
tasks ever. That was a nightmare. And the final CA is Doom Racer. You need to do all waves 1 through 8 in less than 7 minutes 15 seconds.
Are all these major YouTubers... Is solo mission a main? Or a Iron Man? I feel like a lot of guys that are doing these insane YouTube stuff, like the very in-game stuff, are all mains. You think most of them? Oh, he has both. Okay.
Means I've got about a minute and a half to shave off my current personal best, but I haven't been going for speed so far. All right, then there's speed run. Got some interesting tech on this
Mutts
one.
is
Phoenix
hardcore.
necklaces and a surprising amount of brews. So the first thing you can do to speed your delves up is by using a blowpipe. Blowpipe the grub, hit the boss, and it resets your attack cooldown so you can T-bow so much quicker. Look at this, bro. The T-bow is just going in.
And we are done with this lap.
Letting the shield charge.
Nice.
That means you can skip the phase.
76 with 106 pulls from the rewards guardian.
Super quick time here.
Let's see if we get anything good.
He's charging. The Phoenix necklace is on because of a 99. That is insane. Come on, I'm out of food. Just get it done before the trees. Is that it? Yes, 6 points. That's the Grandmaster Doom
Racer.
651. Okay, so I got.
Dude, I heard that this one is pretty hard to do. To do
Okay.
enough damage to beat the timer.
Let's do it.
This one, this was the one that when it came out, a lot of people were complaining about the time was too low.
Not done with 24 seconds.
Fucking regular needle.
I do have max gear though. And it's beautiful. The Doom is all done for the combat achievements.
Would be fucking a regular needle.
More to go. And on top of some mid-game bosses, the vast majority of these combat achievements are at Yama. And I've got no KC on the boss, so I'm going to have to go from nothing to Grandmaster and beyond.
Why does solo mission have 0 Yama kills? Is this boss trash? Or is it just because he's a main and he just bought everything that it drops? It's a newer boss.
Come on, needle.
It's a newer boss.
Because I really want Radiant Oathplate, which is an
Come on, give me the fucking needle.
offers. But for now, there's a task for 50 KC, so I've got 50 kills to sort of get my head in the game here.
Come on.
I just got the pet. I just got the pet on 17
17 KC pet.
Okay, nice. I guess I'll take it. This must be the first pet I've got in
Yama pet looks sick.
7 years or something. But what I'm really interested in when it comes to Yama are the contracts. There are 5 different contracts at Yama. Each one of them changes the terms of the fight and rewards you with 1/5 of a purifying sigil. The purifying sigil is required to make Radiant Oath plates, and that's exactly the flex that I want. First up, I'm going to do the contract of glyphic attenuation. Essentially, with this one, the glyphs are a lot more punishing.
Yeah, it's the HD graphics update that you could throw into the into RuneScape. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the main difficulty with this one is definitely the melee element. I am not experienced at Yama, so we'll see how it goes. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna sign the contract. I'm 20 KC. Oh,
Give me the abyssal needle.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Give me the abyssal needle.
I got the first 2 phases down. Phase 3 is the hardest bit though. I need to attack in a special pattern, otherwise I get meleeed. It's game over. Okay, it's the right one. I only know this version of the thing. No, it's this version. So when it's this version, I'm just gonna wait.
Damn, you have to mark tiles so that you know
it doesn't do that much damage.
how to not get hit by melee.
No. Okay, 22%.
And then you have to 2-tile over that cross. Ooh.
Give me the needle. I need the fucking needle.
Oh, you're joking. I didn't have Mark of
The abyssal needle, baby. Come on.
Spellbook there.
Right, solo mission agenda. Mark of Darkness only serves to make.
Come on!
Yeah, Mark of Darkness, Dark Demon Bane.
Mark of Darkness at 59 mage, but Dark Demon Bane at 82. So why would you ever not do this? The only reason why is if you forget. So why didn't we just delete this spell from the game and always have Dark Demon Bane hitting hard? Yes, I am mad that I just died. I'm making mistakes, but they're not deadly mistakes. So I'm coming in with a ton of brews to just try and get through the final phase.
Nice, that's my inventory right there.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
I'm choking.
What you been up to?
Oh, the Thrall got it. The Thrall finished it. Beautiful. The first contract completed. That is a combat achievement.
Oh my god, a regular needle.
You get the purifying sigil bottom. 1 out of 5 of the pieces. The next contract is Forfeit Breath, where Yama drains your run energy, and if you hit 0 run, then you die. I can just mage this contract, and I can bring the Ring of Endurance. And
Bring a breakout. Nice. How's that been?
Try and stay alive here. All I've got to do is to not let my run energy hit 0. What? Oh, my run energy. Okay.
It's 0.
Oh, who looks at my run energy? This is so annoying. I'm not gonna die. I'm eating my stamina again.
Come on.
That was the paying the attention contract. Hey, 2 out of 5. Let's get it. In the contract of Divine Severance, the Void Flares are more deadly, but more importantly, Yama deactivates your protection prayers on sight. So when I turn my prayer on, Yama turns it off. So I have to be pretty precise.
Damn, that's dumb, dude.
For this. Using the Sound Swapper plugin.
Are you serious?
I can actually change custom
Ugh.
sound. Okay, so I've swapped the range and mage sound effects for my own voice. Let's see if this actually works. I think it's going to make the contract way easier. Look, my prayer went off then, so that's hard. Anything? Mage. Mage, it's me! It's me saying mage! Oh my god, wait, that's the special. Does it say it again for the next attack? Range, yep. Beautiful. Okay, that's going to make it so much easier.
Oh, we could put a we could clip me yelling at Showback range.
There's so much shit we got to do in this fucking minigame.
We could have him play for him in the corrupted gauntlet.
Bear back.
Whenever he's doing Hun left, it will help him.
Should have made it sound a bit happier than that, man. Oh, well, I can't save myself from that. What? Why didn't the glyph protect me? No, I missed a void flare. Lacking? Shut up. Yes, let's go 3 out of 5. Divine Severance done. That one was actually pretty chill. Next up, the Contract of Bloodied Blows, which essentially means that both the player and the boss get Darok level power. So the lower hit points you are, the more you hit and the more the boss hits. Now this sounds fun. You already know I'm going to have to go all the way down to low hit points here. If I make a mistake, I'm probably going to die. Oh. And just like that, it's over. So I can actually dodge all of these void flares if I time it precisely with the glyphs here and the protection.
Arena breakout.
And we get the other glyph.
My boy playing the arena breakout.
Hopefully I'm protected. Beautiful. Okay, there we go.
Arena breakout.
Over, man.
2 tile. Damn.
What, the same thing again? Is that it? Yeah.
This place is crazy.
That was really, really enjoyable. I died a lot, though. That only took 4 minutes, which is a lot faster than some of the other contracts because you're just hitting so high. The final contract, and I've saved the best one till last. Sensory Clouding. In this one, now Yama follows you. He pursues you forever around the map, and that is why it's going to be so
Hello everyone,
difficult.
Chaos here.
Old chasing me,
We are going to
he doesn't
this
stand
up
still
together.
anymore.
The secret for this contract is the Scorching Bow special attack. It
and
freezes
grab
demons
28
in place,
and grab
Yama
either.
is a demon.
And
But
for
it's gonna
this
be a
last
frozen
one,
in a
we are
second.
going
Let me hit the refreeze on it
prepare
before he
our
starts
inventory
coming
once
forward.
again.
Beautiful.
Go ahead and grab
I
either,
will
you know,
run
again,
out
your
special attack
water
Scorching Bow, OP,
tiara
huh?
or your rune crafting or
Oh,
your
so you can
matscape,
go.
of course.
That's
Pretty
supposed to be
casual
the
items
hardest
to get.
contract. Freeze
And
him!
grab
No,
28 of your
no.
essence in order for
Oh,
us to
smooth
go
with
to
it.
the water altar, I guess, for the last time, and that is going to
Why do I
complete
keep letting him onto
the
my
elite
tiles,
set
man?
of
No, I just
Lumber's
don't know what
diary
I'm
tasks.
doing.
I still need to learn how to
Trying
alter
to
these
dodge
properly.
waves.
All right, cool.
Actually,
It's fun.
doing some one tick, two
Cool.
tick
Not bad.
predict method.
That's
And,
fun, dude.
Yama's supposed to be on the east
Where you
side.
been? I haven't seen you in like 2 years.
Oh.
I haven't seen you in like 2 years.
What a battle, man. Oh my god, that was an intense fight at the end. 8 minutes and 27. I'm pretty sure it's not.
I don't understand what's going on.
But it's 41.
What's going on with you?
And the final bit. What do I get for my box? A celebratory 11 oath plate shards. Oh, I'm so happy. That's so good to do. I have all 5 pieces. Then I take the sigil and I can upgrade my pieces of oath plate. Beautiful.
Oh,
Full white
sick.
set. I actually think it looks really, really cool.
Stormtrooper, bro.
RuneScape's biggest flexes unlocked. But I'm not quite
Stormtrooper.
done. I, of course, have to finish Grandmaster. And there's one task here, which is essentially a perfect Yama. Not gonna lie, after doing the contracts, this is pretty chill mode. There we go. Grandmaster done. Contract choreographer. I got 3 tasks in one for that. The final task.
No way.
Yama speedrunner. Defeat.
Where have you been?
Time of under 234 over.
I need to know what's going on with you.
Speedrun is the power of vengeance. You don't even need to do the specials, you just tank them. And the most important part is phase 3, where you link up with your duo and you skate round the arena in sync, like synchronized swimmers. Wait, We got it. We got the Grandmaster.
No
I did not
way.
expect that. We were fumbling on the previous runs, and then we just got crazy time out of nowhere. And that was my final task for getting GM back. Let's get this helm.
Damn, he got it back.
Where's the big guy gone? Oh my. Okay, right. Well, I have to get Grandmaster from the dwarf this time. Let me put this back on. Yes, there we go. It's been too long. It's been too long. Let me get
That
my
looks
defender
sick.
back as well. The Grandmaster, and now the Radiant Oath Plate as well. I already look so much better, ready to flex on everyone. My work here
Zing.
is done.
Yo, we're gonna be at Yama soon. That's gonna be us, guys. That is gonna be us right there very soon. I wonder how long before we actually can do a Yama. Anim's in. Put out another video, and everyone's been linking it, so we're gonna watch this one today.
In the last video, we posed the question. Hey everyone, I just want to start this video off by thanking everybody.
Thank you.
It's been so cool. All of your reactions. This whole experience has been something else entirely. And yeah, I'm gonna keep that short and sweet.
Trying to move, sell your house. Where are you gonna move to?
My next video.
Will WoW players make it through?
Will WoW players quit?
Will WoW players quit OSRS?
Well, yo, we need to talk about this some more, guys, huh?
He's calling.
Third Age items on RuneScape are some of the rarest and most expensive items in the game. Some of the pieces go for billions of GP. The most expensive item in the game is a Third Age pickaxe, which currently has a street price of over 12 billion
12
GP.
bill.
There's only one way to get Third Age though, and that's from clue scrolls, but they are incredibly rare. The chance of getting a piece of Third Age from a Master Clue casket is 1 in 13,616. From a hard clue
Damn.
casket, it goes up to 1 in 16,250. For months, I've saved up hundreds of caskets for a chance to once again fulfill my prophecy and get a piece of Third
No
Age.
way,
Today's hunt
bro.
for
Soup is an edger? Soup is edging? All of his caskets? Oh no, Soup.
Third Age is brought to you by War Thunder. When I started making RuneScape videos back in 2010, my channel was called Third Age Film. In 2007, when I started playing the game, I was obsessed with the idea of owning Third Age. To me, it was the ultimate display of wealth and prestige, but I could never afford it. I was just a poor new player. So I did the only other thing I could. I grinded out hard clue scrolls. 17 years later, I've opened thousands of hard, elite, and master caskets in hopes of getting some Third Age, but it's never happened. I've uploaded dozens of videos based around clue scrolls, but never had anything to show for it. In my last video, you saw me spend over 100 hours to get 100 master caskets, but the opening didn't exactly go as planned. Well, since that video, I knew I had to go back to the draw.
Yeah, that's because nothing ever drops in caskets, guys. You never get anything good. It's just the illusion that you're gonna get something good, man. Okay, well I did get that tie, the Guthix tie. That was pretty cool.
Drawing board and find another way to grind out more clue scrolls and open more caskets, and I think I found the best way to do it. So last time I collected 100 master caskets by grinding out 100 easy, medium, hard, and elite clue scrolls. To get a master clue, you need to turn in one of each of those, so it was a pretty long grind. This time around, I wanted to change it up. In order to bypass needing to get all 4 clue scrolls, you can actually just do one of them to get a master clue scroll. When you open an easy, medium, hard, or elite casket, there's a chance you can straight up get a master clue scroll. A 1 in 60 chance for easy clues, 1 in 30 for medium, 1 in 15 for hard, and 1 in 5 for elites. The easy and medium
Joker had
clue
that
rates to
happen.
me just aren't worth it, especially since they themselves don't have any type of Third Age rewards. Hard and elite clues do, however. You have a chance to get 13 different Third Age items from a hard clue and 17 Third Age items from an elite clue. Now, while elite clues do have more Third Age items, they take a lot longer to get. That leaves one type of clue: hard clues, which to me is actually perfect. First of all, hard clues are dropped by a ton of monsters in the game. More importantly, ones that will let me AFK kill them while stacking the clues. Secondly, hard caskets drop the original Third Age items that were added to the game all the way back into—
Man, this is why everyone told me that elite clues kind of suck. That elite clue is the worst one.
2006. Getting one of those third age pieces that I was originally hunting 17 years ago would be a dream come true. But even if I get nothing from those hard clues, I still have the master clues to look forward to. Remember, hard clues have a 1 in 15 chance to give you a master clue, so this kind of feels like the perfect grind to do. And that means that we still have a chance to get the Bloodhound pet, one of the best pets in the game. Now, while today does require luck for me to get the drop that I want, outsmarting and destroying your enemies requires no luck on War Thunder, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and it's available now for free on PC, consoles, and mobile devices. I've actually played War Thunder for years and can say it is one of the most immersive games out there. The vehicles and graphics are incredibly detailed and realistic, and the sound effects are so good you'll feel like you're actually there. You can take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships from 10 major nations, ranging from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to the fighter jets and battle tanks of today.
Do you guys ever forget how realistic games look nowadays because you've been playing RuneScape? And then you look at a different game, you're like, holy shit. That looks kind of sick.
Love that your vehicle isn't just a big single hitbox. All of them are intricately modeled with individual components like your engines, fuel, weapons, and crew, and all of it is susceptible to damage. And with 3 amazing game modes to choose from, arcade for fast-paced gameplay, simulator for an ultimate full immersion challenge, and realistic mode for a great balance of the two, there's endless strategic fun that awaits you. And the best part is that you can play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or on mobile devices alongside a worldwide community of over 95 million players. Just use my links in the pinned comment or video description.
I don't like ultra realism. I'm the same way. Like in video games, ultra realism doesn't work. It just doesn't. People's computers can't handle it, or like it's not fun. Like the reason we play video games is to escape real life. Like for me, I'm not into it. However, if you look at the biggest video game on the Twitch platform, like that has the most audience, it's GTA RP, which is just a real life simulator. So some people do like realism. Maybe we're the outliers. Yo, Slaywolf, thank you for the prime, man.
And returning players on PC and consoles that haven't played in the past 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack. It includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of a premium account. It's available for a limited time only, so be quick. One of the fastest ways to get hard clues is to kill hellhounds in the wilderness. By wearing an imbued ring of wealth, the drop rate of a hard clue goes from 1 in 64 to 1 in 32.
Thank you for the
Since the hellhounds are in a multi-combat zone, using
we don't watch videos for donations here,
3
unfortunately.
targets at once makes this a super fast way to get hard clues. But it's in the wilderness, which means you're always at risk of dying to other players. Now, I could open implings to get hard clues, but you lose around 500k on average just to get one. It's not really worth it. I'd rather go for a more profitable route like I did for the master clues. I wanted a method that required me to pay very little attention, but would still get me a solid amount of hard clues per hour. And that's exactly what warped jellies offer. Warped jellies can be found in the catacombs of Kourend. This spot right here has 9 spawns of them. Once again, I'm using a Venator bow, since it's a multi-combat zone here too. Using this bow means that every arrow that I shoot will attack 3 warp jellies at once, as long as they're in range. If I stand on this tile, jellies will continuously spawn around me as I kill them, which means I basically never have to manually select any of them. My Venator bow does all the hard work for me by tagging them when they spawn. I also bring a Din's Bulwark with me to occasionally use its special attack, which aggroes and hits all the jellies at once around me. With the Venator bow and pretty much maxed range gear, I slay a ton of these jellies per hour. And this is—
Guys, I need to get this Venator bow. Who drops that again? I need to get strong enough that I can farm that guy. Muspa.
AFK.
That's what I need
this
to
is
farm.
true away from keyboard.
Ba-na-na-na.
AFK, where people say, "Oh, you only have to click."
All right, so there's a couple things we gotta do. We gotta do our smithing level to 88 next. Smithing to 88.
Warped jellies have a 1 in 6
That's my next goal.
clues, but with the hard combat
So 10, 16 levels.
So while this isn't the
Not
fastest
bad.
way to
I
collect
mean,
hard
quick.
clues, to me it strikes the best balance between time I need to pay attention and the rate at which I get.
I'm gonna
hard
need 2
clues.
more
There's
levels
a
of
great
this.
plugin called Clue Scroll Notifier that announces to you every time you get a clue.
Clue Scroll.
With that turned on, I barely have to pay any attention when killing the jellies. It helps that the voice is kind of hot too. Clue scrolls stay on the ground for 1 hour when you pick them up and drop them, so my method was just to usually get around 15 to 20 hard clues stacked up on the ground over here. Then at the end of the day, complete every single one of them. With how many teleports are available,
Paying for sex is actually paying for education.
each one usually only takes around 5 minutes. So warp jellies are locked in as my way of getting the clues. Now I had to figure out how many total hard...
So what was he doing with all those clue scrolls on the ground?
when killing the jellies. It helps that the voice is kind of hot too. Clue scrolls stay on the ground for 1 hour when you pick them up and drop.
He's clue scrolls stacking, juggling them.
I need one more gear slot.
Track of how long they've been
That's
on the
gonna make me
ground.
fucking go crazy, dude. I'm gonna have to fucking do this
Okay.
a lot.
This is super sweaty. I haven't
Another
done
100 rounds easily.
So my method was just to usually get around 50
Just because it's gonna take easily 100
Then
rounds,
at the
a couple
end of the day,
levels.
complete every single one of them. With how many
Just for the
health
chess
boosts are
piece.
available these days, hard clues are super easy and fast to complete. Each one usually only takes around 5 minutes. So warp jellies are locked in as my way of getting the clues. Now I had to figure out how many total hard clues I wanted to complete. I ended up deciding on 750. Since I have a 1 in 15 chance to get a master clue,
Sanction
from a
gang
hard clue,
sign.
that means at the end of this grind, I should receive 50 master clues. And with hard clues and master clues having the chance to get third age, I hope that today is finally the day that I get one. Getting 750 hard clues from jellies at a 1 in 60 drop rate is going to take some time. I'll need to kill around 45,000 of them just to hit that rate, so let's get to it.
Over 100 miles and I will walk 500 more.
Is he paying for the license on this? This is like a mega song. Or is he intentionally nuking his ad revenue to play this song? Does he pay for it?
It kind of just hit me how long this grind is going to take between doing the clues and
License.
the jellies.
Oh, he
I
licensed
definitely
it.
have my work cut out for me.
Soup licensed Paradise by Coldplay for this video? What?
500 more.
A little over halfway into this grind, an update was released that made clue scrolls stackable. Before, that wasn't possible, which is why I constantly needed to pick up and drop clue scrolls off the ground to make sure they didn't despawn. I could This makes this grind even better because I no longer need to worry about dropping and picking up the clues. Now I can just wait until I have 5 hard scroll boxes in my inventory. Definitely makes life...
Oh, he bought the songs for Gillinor Games, so now he's allowed to use them in all of his YouTube videos. Is that what you're saying? That's kind of... That's really smart if that's what he did.
A bit easier.
No, that is how it works. That is how it works because you license a song for your YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure.
Damn, there's gonna be a lot of shit to fucking...
If you want to use music from famous artists, try Lick to get track credits and unlimited stock music. Oh, there's a website. There's a website that's doing this now? Wait, what? There's a website that does it now, guys. That's made it more accessible for content creators to get access to more mainstream music.
Is there a way to get smithing up?
Instead of just having their stuff copywritten all the time now. Holy crap. I didn't even know anything like that existed.
Walk 500 more.
Well, one other thing that it kind of like smaller problem is if you want other content creators to react to your stuff, then they are not going to be able to watch it. It's tough copywriting for like React content for sure. But that's the only thing. I mean, if you can get access to it, maybe you'd have to pay. Maybe you'd also have to pay for access to the songs that are used in the videos that you're reacting to, so that you can get revenue off of the React. Damn, that's the new meta. That's a new meta.
45,000 kills to get 750 hard clues. Here's what the loot from the jellies looks like. One great thing about getting your clues here is that all the arrows, potions, and ancient essence I used for my Venator bow are all paid for by the 2 drops I was consistently
Sneaky beaky.
16 rune kite shields are worth 23 million GP, and the 348 rune full helms are worth 7 million GP.
All right. I'm done here for tonight. You guys have a wonderful night. And we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully after work. Tomorrow's my last day of work before the weekend, so we're going to be chilling the fuck out. I love you guys. Thank you for always being here as always, and we'll check out.